Okay, everyone, before we get into this video, I just want to remind you that 68% of people who've watched my video in the last couple of weeks are not subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing now. Okay, we have been covering the Gabby Hanna series, and this escape the nightmare, as Gabby Hanna called it, situation ended up becoming so much more on my channel than what I thought it was. I didn't realize there were so many responses to it that we've spent the last week really deep diving this, and like the Dramageddon videos, I'm going to put all of this in chronological order in one video. So we have Gabby Hanna's exposed, Joey Graceffa's response, Daniel Preda's response, and then Rosanna Pansino jumping in at the end for whatever reason. So I am going to wish you love watching this if you decide to, and yeah, I will see you in my next one. I'm going to be filming other videos tonight, but I just wanted to put this all in one place. So enjoy. Escape the nightmare. Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very, very, very well. Okay, in my video yesterday, I said that we were going to be starting the escape the nightmare situation that Gabby Hanna posted. And instead, I got distracted fully by the Kenza Cosmetics drama. So today, I am actually going to be doing the Escape the Night. So I'm sorry, and you're welcome. I know a lot of people were really interested in the Kenza Cosmetics revisit those, so I'm glad I still did it. But anyway, I'm very excited to jump into the Escape the Night stuff because it, again, is really, really, really messy. And to kind of recap what I said yesterday, this is why I believe that Gabby deleted the series, because she was doing the series obviously exposing people, and the Escape the Night one was the one that kind of like was picked up by everyone. You know, Daniel Preda, the boyfriend of Joey Graceffa, famously known as, responded with like a killer video. Joey Graceffa responded with like a killer video. Rosanna Pansino was saying that Gabby Hanna was a nightmare. Like, basically everyone turned against Gabby Hanna in the YouTube space, and this was like a real reason that people were like, wow, Gabby is a liar. Wow, Gabby is a mean girl. And it all stemmed from this video, which we have right here. It's called Escape the Nightmare. So to recap again, Joey Graceffa has a YouTube original show called Escape the Night, where a bunch of YouTubers go in, and it's like this show of them like survival and stuff. I don't know. I cannot watch it. The acting of the YouTubers is abysmal. It's not my thing. And it's crazy because even in the time period where I loved certain YouTubers, Colleen, they were in it, and I still could not bring myself to watch it because it just was so it was so purr. Anyways, let's get to Gabby Hanna's exposed, and then we're going to be getting to Joey Graceffa's response, Daniel Preda's response, Rosanna Pansino's. Like, this opens Pandora's box. So if you're excited, let me know. And yeah, please make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. And I'm excited to jump into this one because it's been a while since I've seen this. All right.
I think I left off at, let me think. Oh, there's a story I want to tell. The reason I'm doing this, so silly. Also, the fact that I've been talking about my diet and weight all day, clearly thinking about that a lot. Literally texted Peyton, was like, can you get me some chocolate covered raisins while you're out? That has to be some type of weird subliminal.
Chocolate covered raisins is so gross.
Self-destructive shit, right? Or maybe I just wanted some fucking raisins. Maybe it's not that deep. I think I left off at, let me think. Oh. There's a story I want to tell. The reason I'm doing this is because so much stuff has popped up at once, and I never got to adequately just like defend myself. And I don't want this to be a thing that people think they can just do, come out and tell some like story about me, then everybody makes fun of me and like doesn't listen.
Which is so ironic because ultimately those people would then respond to this and everyone would take their side. However, in this revisit, I want to see what she had to say, and I want to hear what Joey has to say. I want to hear what Daniel, and then we'll come to a collective opinion, and I'll have mine, you'll have yours, and then we'll meet somewhere in the middle. Because again, I remember in this moment, I immediately jumped on the Joey Graceffa and Daniel Preda train and was on their side, but I'm willing to hear her out. I'm willing to hear her out. There's been many things on this series right now. I've been willing to hear her out. This is why we're doing it. We're not revisiting this, and we don't revisit drama in general to double down on opinions we've had years, ago when we covered it. The thing is to kind of see how it's aged if we have a different opinion. And when we visited Dramageddon 1 and Dramageddon 2, my opinions were totally different, and it's fun because I posted videos when those Dramageddons were happening, and my opinion is completely different than the revisit now. I don't know, I like looking at things when we have a little bit more information and time has passed.
I always apologize if I do something wrong, if I react in a way that's embarrassing. Always I apologize, but I never get an apology for what they did. And I'm so sick of this narrative that the first person to talk shit about it publicly is the person who just like wins, and you just have to apologize to that person and that's it. Because this situation was really fucked up, and I've always kept it between us because I feel like professional and personal relationships should not be public, period. And that's why I've never spoken up about shit.
I love her Nightmare Before Christmas cup. Did you see that? That's what I'm interested in.
So,
I also like her glasses.
Has been said behind the scenes by people I thought were friends for years, and I was made a mockery of by people I thought were friends for years, and then they went on publicly to throw me under the bus after pretending to be my friend for years, and as soon as it was like an opportunistic moment, just be like, she was a nightmare to work with.
Season 4, Gabby, I had issues with her. I also had issues with her on season 2. I don't think I've ever said her name publicly, but it's not really news to anyone. She was miserable to work with for the most part. There were good moments. If she was great on camera, which she was, and she was very entertaining, I forget about all that shit. And then season 4, she was a nightmare. I'm not going to expand upon that because I don't really care anymore. It was just hard. There were a lot of Diva antics. There was a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming, a lot of unprofessional behavior. It was miserable, but it turned out entertaining on the show, so I can't really hold that against her.
So I want to...
Okay, I completely forgot that clip by Daniel Preda existed. I made a video on that in the moment. Oh my god, I'm having flashbacks. I remember that it was Daniel Preda that started this. He like randomly brought it up. I think he was asked a question or something in a Q&A. He was the one that started this. So obviously Gabby Hanna's going to respond. Okay, that changes my opinion a little bit because I did think that she just started this, which again, this series has been mostly, but Daniel Preda did throw her under the bus and then she didn't respond for a while. Now, here's the thing as well. Daniel Preda is allowed to talk shit about her or anything if he had a bad experience with her. And again, a bad experience can be a different opinion, or, you know, he could say it was a bad experience. Gabby could say she had a bad experience of him. Everyone's allowed to put their opinion and their side out there. But I completely forgot that this started because Daniel Preda was the one that started it. And he ultimately finished it. But I think it is fair that Gabby would be allowed to defend herself. Now, I have not watched Daniel Preda's main video in a while, but I remember that he made great points in it. So I'm excited to see like what Gabby's take/defense is here, because I think the story against her was more damning than what she ever said. But let's get to it.
Talk about Daniel Preda, and in relation, I have to talk about Joey because Joey also talks shit about me publicly.
Oh, there was one in season 4 too.
Not the Dish with Trish podcast. Wow, her set night is so much nicer, isn't it? Okay, 2 months after Trish's videos about me, January 29th, 2020.
Really?
Yeah, that was...
This was right before the pandemic. This podcast created the pandemic, if you think about it.
Or was
The knock-on effect.
by far.
Why?
Just because
Drama.
this one person on the cast who just made it hell.
Really?
Is it true that there was drama on the set of season 4?
Yeah, absolutely.
How was Gabby?
Gabby was very competitive. She
would be.
was. Like, I wasn't
feel like
expecting
she's lost
it
some
at
weight and is
all.
looking
No,
good now.
she
It's
was
like,
she was
fuck it, I'm
Miss
coming for
Bitch.
you.
I would never play Mafia with her. You know that game?
I wouldn't play any game with her. She'll own up to the fact that she was a little nasty on set sometimes.
Right.
Because like I still have to deal with the repercussions of this. This situation was
She loves throwing up a drama video, doesn't she? T-Spill, Dustin Daly, Spill Sesh. Where's Rich Lux? Normally he's included in these. Sid, Angelica Oles, of course, and I love that she's watched all of the videos because you can see the red line is complete. Like she clocked in for her shift and watched every single drama video on her.
real, and it's embarrassing to admit because I feel like there's this very public theme when it comes to my life of me thinking people were my friends who weren't. Dude, it's just embarrassing. Again, my heart's fucking pounding, but I've held this shit in, and like the fact that my heart is pounding about it right now, like I don't want to, dude. I don't want to live with this shit anymore. It fucking sucks for real because like this for real dead ass is not what I want. Like I feel like I've made it pretty clear that this is not what I want, because if this is what I wanted, like I would have done this shit years ago. Like all I wanted to do for real was just work on my music and do.
She messaged Daniel Preda after the third public comment Daniel made about her. Daniel made his video after this, so the one talking about her. So she messaged Daniel and says, I would really appreciate if you guys could just let it rest, please. I'm trying really hard to just disappear and leave everyone alone, but stuff like this really hurts. He says, hey babe, I'm sorry I wasn't there or a part of that.
Do that.
What?
Every fucking few months.
He said, I don't give a fuck.
And this is one that hurt me so much because I truly, for real, thought Joey and Daniel were like my real friends. So this was a fucking knife to the fucking heart. So Here's how it happened. My agent reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to do Escape the Night season 4. I had done season 2 and I did not enjoy the experience at all. And I told my agent I did not want to do it. And I told him my reasons, which were I was really dealing with a lot of very bad mental health issues, and my eating disorder was at an all-time peak. This was around the time of the monster meme, the Kenza Cosmetics thing. There was a lot of shit going on. And also, I did not like the first experience that I was there. First time I signed on to do it, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm dying to do this. But I didn't expect my reaction in that type of work environment, and it was like not good. Like, I was just unprofessional. Dude, a lot of people have a lot of stories about me.
Oh my god, not her blaming ADHD on her being a nightmare to work with. Girl, do you know how many people have ADHD and they're not nightmares to work with? Many. Now, I also do want to say, she said that she was a nightmare to work with in season 2. I think it's also important to note that if she's admitting that she was a nightmare to work with in season 2, then Daniel and Joey were obviously aware that she was a nightmare to work with. Why would they want her back? Like, they also asked her to come back for a season 4. So if even Gabby Hanna is admitting that she was a nightmare in season 2, why would you even bother having her back for season 4? It seems like you're setting yourself up for history to repeat itself. Obviously, you can be like, maybe she's changed now, but it seems like they knew what they were getting into, the same way that Gabby knew that she was a nightmare to work with, and yet she decided to do it again. You know what I mean?
Being unprofessional. I promise you that. Like, there's no shortage of them. I used to be really difficult to work with, and probably in the wrong setting, I'm still really difficult to work with. Acting, especially like stuff on sets, it's just something that I personally cannot do. If I'm sitting still for too long, I need to fucking do something. Doing a shoot like that, where it's like you're there for hours.
She said if I tried to like edit and use my computer in the green room, the producers would tell her to put it away. Which, unless she was, I mean, we don't know if she was like editing videos really loudly or anything, so I can't comment on that.
Most of it is sitting around doing nothing. Empty.
Okay, this is a really interesting point that she brings up. When complaining about Escape the Night, she says, you know, there's so many hours where you're just sitting around doing nothing. And she's basically saying that like having ADHD, that doesn't work for her. Okay, but when you're in an environment like a filming environment or a set or something like that, unless you are the biggest star of all time, it is a group effort. Like, you're not the biggest star, and that's fine. And I know that she would acknowledge that as well. And that's not a problem. You know what I mean? You're like, it's not like Meryl Streep or something where, you know, Meryl Streep's going to be on set for an hour and you make sure that you get all her fucking scenes because she's booked and busy and she wants to go. But if you're not Meryl Streep, then you're waiting around for your time or waiting around for your turn, or you're helping out, or you're being a part of it. Like, yes, Gabby, like, you were not filming 24/7, and that doesn't mean that they were just doing that because they were treating you bad. That is like how it works. They need you to be on call. They need you to be on call, and that's very normal in that environment. But you would have also known that if you did season 2. So why did you go back for season 4?
TV honestly probably could tell some stories about me too. I did not treat my mental health in that way because I didn't understand it. I wish I understood the shit about myself.
She loves throwing these ADHD things up, doesn't she?
Opportunities and like possible business relationships. The first time, like, I was really embarrassed about like the way I acted. I was like super.
They talked shit about me after the first season aired too, privately and publicly, so I wasn't dying to do it again. Okay, but why did she do it again? You know what I mean? Why did she do it again, and why did they want her back? Like, both of them are in the wrong here. Daniel and Joey, why did you want her back if you were talking shit and she was such a problem? Gabby, why did you go back if you hated it so much? It's not career ending if you don't go on Escape the Night. Like, sure, it's like a little bit of clout, but like,
I didn't like the working hours. I didn't like the working conditions. My call time for that was like 12 for like
the working hours, because yeah, you're so used to being a YouTuber that works maximum like 1 or 2 hours a day.
Hair and makeup. We would start shooting at 7 or 8 and then wrap around like 3, 4, sometimes 5 in the morning.
That is very normal on a set environment. That is very normal in a set environment. You signed up for it.
There was literally no sleep. I cannot function like that. I'm sure there's like very professional actors who do that. In fact, like Colleen literally had like a baby on set and she managed, you know what I mean? I can't.
Isn't she the greatest woman of all time? Shout out Colleen.
That's why when my agent came back to me and was like, they want you to do season 4, I said, dude, I can't. Like, It was not an enjoyable experience for me. I do not want to embarrass myself like that again. So then Joey and Daniel are like, please, we really want you to be a part of the show. We loved you in season 2. You looked beautiful. Like, you brought so much like shit to it. Tell us what you need to make you
Yeah, she brought so much shit to it.
feel comfortable, and we'll make sure you have it. And I laid it out pretty clearly.
Oh, she did. So she tells Daniel Preda, I need 3 healthy meals a day. 1 like as soon as I get there. If I don't get any, I'll be very sick and I'll be evil. Okay, hi, I'm back. I need chicken, fish, veggies, sweet potatoes, black beans, salad, but like the dry lettuce, and 2 1-by-1-inch strips of meat. Girl! Ain't enough because only eating twice a day, I need a full-ass meal. I'm coming straight from my trainer, so I'm gonna be hungry as hell. I'm doing intermittent... She's a nightmare! This is really not helping her case here. I'm doing intermittent fasting, so I better be a Barbie by April 12th. As long as there's a healthy fat, a healthy carb, and a protein, it should be fine. And enough calories. And Daniel Preda, as much as I am not a fan of Daniel Preda, goes, gotcha, I'll have it available for you. And you can dress it as you like. Sounds good? And she goes, lovely. Not even a thank you. Daniel says, hi, mommy. How tall are you? Ordering some stuff. She says, 5'5.5". Perfect. Also, let me know if you want anything. Let me know anything you want in the Escape the Night trailer. I'm having PAs do shopping this week for snacks or drinks. She said, I need hella healthy shit or else I'd eat all the chips. LMAO. And he goes, me, bitch. Okay. So her point here is that she was struggling heavily in previous times with a strong eating disorder. And she didn't want to be in an environment where she would, without speaking for her, kind of relapse or, you know, not eating the things that she was planning on eating or her routine be messed up in some way and slip into old routines to do with an eating disorder, right? Now, if I'm being very transparent with you, there have been many times in my life where I have very struggled with eating, and there have been times in my life where I just haven't ate for long periods of times, and that is my responsibility. That is not your responsibility. That is not their responsibility. And if I'm at work, it's not up to someone else to cater to my eating disorder or cater towards me not having an eating disorder. You, Gabby, Hannah, are rich and you can afford to hire your own personal assistant if your needs are this crazy. Like this crazy. This is not Daniel Preda's responsibility, even though he is an assistant on the show. He's an assistant on the show, not an assistant of Gabby Hanna. This is ridiculous. This does not make her look good at all. You have me siding with Daniel Preda. Do you know how bad you have to look for me to side with Daniel Preda? My number 1 up?
In each meal, I need a protein, a carb, and a vegetable. I sent specific meals just so there was no question. And I was promised that that would happen. That was important to me.
Sorry, it said on the screen that she had sent to her agents and it wasn't catered, so she reached out to Daniel. She says to Daniel, love you, sorry for being evil, low blood sugar, it's me at my worst. And he says, it's okay, basically. He says, I'll go to Whole Foods for a run if you need anything. She said, I had hummus this morning. I need like a protein, a fat, and a carb, LMAO. Can you maybe make me a salad at Whole Foods? He goes, sure, what do you want? This is not what he should be doing. He is running a show right now. She goes, chicken, black beans, bacon, dry cranberries, and a little blue cheese crumbles. Balsamic on the side, please. And he goes, okay, girl. This does not make her look good.
I also brought up that I was extremely uncomfortable the first season. My dress was very restrictive. I couldn't lift my arms. Like, that gives me...
So now we have another thing about ADHD. Drinking game. Anytime ADHD pops up on the screen, take a drink. You have alcohol poisoning by the end of this video. So she's now saying that because of, like, clothes being tight, you know, she was really uncomfortable in the show, which is a very valid thing. But can we stop with these ADHD? Like, we get it. Severe anxiety. Like, dude, I'm
a very fragile person, I know. But that's my point, is like, I'm very forthcoming about that with pretty much everyone in my life, because I'm trying to set boundaries and communicate clearly, this is how I am feeling. If you still insist, because I'm working on that, but like, I don't respect my own boundaries. So if you insist and you're like, please do this, and I agree, and I'm giving you these very clear things that I need to meet my dietary restrictions, which, by the way, is not weird for any type of actor or talent on set to have a request like dietary needs.
Yeah, but not as explicit or as often or as intense as you. Normally you get a writer. Do you want some, like, Diet Cokes and, like, some chips? That is normally, or some fruit, some nuts, maybe like a salad, like once a day, like a pre-made one, like not like on the cuff at lunchtime. You're like, go get me a salad right now. Like one that's already done in advance kind of thing, or like, what the fuck?
Personal thing. Some people need vegan food on set. Some people need gluten-free. I needed something that was fitting the needs of my eating disorder. Just like, you're a horrible, toxic person. And I'm like, was I?
Honestly, I hope I'm not overstepping any boundaries here. Again, I'm coming at a place from someone who, I don't like using words like that, but I'm someone who has lived with disorderly eating for a very long time. That's no one else's responsibility. They don't have to cater towards me. That's my own shit. I deal with it. I sort myself out. It's not up to you to cater towards me. Even if it's an on-set environment. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it really is ridiculous. And I hope I'm not overstepping a boundary there by saying it, but I'm coming from a place of, like, if this was me.
Because, like, I feel like what happened is exactly what I told you was going to happen. But that's why that was such an upsetting situation for me, because I was hearing that behind...
Why is she crying?
And I was hearing that he was, like, playing out voice notes of me being upset that there wasn't, like, the proper food on set.
And playing me their own audio messages of Gabby cursing people out because they don't have the right food or whatever the case is. Like,
not Trisha always making her way into these.
It's you, Gabby. Think about it. Think of all the people you screwed over. The people that you fucked up their set because of your eating and training schedule. Things weren't catered to you. You're fucking piece of shit.
She causes chaos on sets because
the amount of Trisha videos.
And she has to be at a gym at 10 a.m. because that's her routine. You're a psychopath.
And that's, like, humiliating, dude. To, like, it's one thing to do that, like, privately behind my back. Like, I know that, like, Daniel and Joey are two of the biggest shit talkers on the planet. All you,
I believe it.
Including me. I was too. And that's why I don't belong in that community. Like, I surround myself with, like, to know that, like, my mental health and something that I was...
Again, I just don't understand why Joey and Daniel wanted her back, and I don't know why in the end she agreed to go on it again.
Struggling with so much, and I was so forthcoming about. And, like, dude, I was humiliated in that situation too. By day 3 or 4, I forget how many days I lasted there. That was day 3 or 4 of literally absolute worst case scenario what it could have been for me. I showed up to set, and, like, one of the things they promised was, like, we promise we'll get you a really comfortable outfit. They were bragging that they were, like, spent all this money on this, like, beautiful silk, and I'm like, please just make sure I'm warm. I don't want to be in heels again. Like, dude, this is, like, literally playing physical sports outside in costumes. Like, it's the most confusing fucking situation.
She shows a clip of her running. She goes, this is the most intense physical thing you'll ever see in your entire life. We're doing, like, an Olympics outside. It's a clip of her running.
I don't want to be
so real.
Tights and shit again this year. I want to be warm, and I want to be able to, like, move, because we sit in these outfits for literally, like, the work hours on that set were nuts. I show up on set, literally the exact same problem where I literally couldn't move my arms, and I was feeling really restricted and, like, claustrophobic in it. I was wearing literally nothing. It was, like, freezing winds. Once again, I'm in heels, playing fucking sports outside in heels, like, all the shit that I was promised wasn't going to happen, essentially. And then the other fucking thing was, they asked me, like, are you allergic to any metals when I was getting this costume? And I was like, I'm highly allergic to pretty much all metal except for, like, sterling silver, white gold. First day right off the bat, I'm wearing all of this fake, huge, chunky jewelry that did break me out in very, like, painful, itchy hives all over my body, not just where it was. And then by the end of the first day, I'm like, okay, there's literally no healthy food. There was, like, a taco on a flour tortilla with cheese. I, like, pulled Daniel aside, and I was like, I understand it's the first day, but, like, please make sure that there's like the proper food tomorrow. But it was the last day. And don't get me wrong, I was like bitching the whole time. Like I was very unhappy because I was fucking hungry, dude. I'm hungry. Not eating enough and not eating the right food. And in the mental state of every time I eat one of these like snacks from Crafty, I'm blowing up 100 sizes. So then the last day that I was there, we wrapped at like 4:30 or 5 because like there was this big power outage thing that like literally postponed production like so late. So we wrapped around 4 or 5. And then I got my call time and I was like, why? It's a night shoot. And that was something that happened to me both seasons where like my call time was always ridiculously early. I feel like that's a full work day and we haven't even...
That's a full work day. Maybe because, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum, you were working. I actually don't know how to respond to that any other way. That was like a full work day. A YouTuber experiencing work for the first time. What? A full work day? Early call time? What?
I'm doing nothing else. Like, it's a miserable fucking experience. Everybody else who had a great experience, great. But, like, for me, that's why I said I didn't want to do it. Because I didn't want to fucking do it. And that's honestly also on me for not respecting my own boundary. I didn't understand myself.
It is on her.
To know that I just should not have done the show. I should have fucking held firm to that and just been like, I love you, I want to support you, but like this is a no for me. So anyway, the last day, I had this absurdly ridiculous call time and I literally told the producer, no, I'm getting home. It's like 5 fucking a.m. Like I have to sleep. And they were like, well, we need you to do your interviews. And that was this other, dude, it was crazy making because literally they would have me do my hair and makeup early and I'd be sitting there because
Isn't it crazy how this was only a problem for Gabby? Because the other people knew that they were signing up for work with a call time. If you don't go to bed, who's that on? You and your time management. Again, not to give credit to the devil, but Colleen had just had her baby. She made it work. But you couldn't. No, you didn't even want to do it in the first place, so you were organizing other things alongside it, and then you ran yourself too thin and you overworked yourself. That's the real story.
We need to do interviews, which was like the fake reality TV portion of the show. I still don't understand the show, dead ass, but there's like a reality TV portion of it where we were like playing these characters, but like it's us. I don't really know. They'd say it was for interviews, and then I'd be sitting there waiting, and nobody would come get me to do the interviews. So I was like...
Because other people were probably filming theirs.
They would keep coming up to me and being like, Gabby, okay, are you ready to do interviews? And I'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, okay, stay put, don't leave, we'll be right back. And then they'd leave, and then nobody would come back. So I'd literally just be sitting there for fucking ever, and then somebody else would come back and be like, oh, why aren't you in interviews? And I'm like, because nobody came and got me. And then they'd be like, okay, hold on, 1 sec. And then they would leave. Literally what would happen is we would start filming the episode, and I didn't do the interview. So you had me get my ass here that early. I sat here and did nothing. Here's what really fucking set me over the edge. I got home to my fucking room and I had an email from my agent saying, Gabby, you can't refuse to do interviews. And I was like, I'm not refusing to do interviews. I'm literally sitting here waiting and nobody's getting me or miking me. How is this my fault? Like, I literally felt like I was going crazy. This is how I act when I'm upset. Like this right now, my level's already up. Imagine like being there and being like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm waiting. I'm right here waiting for my interview. This is my fault. The entire production team, literally nobody just came. I'm sitting in the hair and makeup trailer or in the green room. I was nowhere else because there was literally nowhere else to go. You were either in the hair and makeup trailer or you were in the green room. So like, whose fault is it that I didn't do?
But she is aware that she's working, right? Even on the downtime. Like she has clocked in from that so early time start. You know what I mean? Like she's working. And isn't it a privilege that you get to just sit around and do nothing and you're working? This story doesn't make her sound good. And that's not necessarily, I don't know if she's doing this to like make herself sound good, but it's like, why is she telling this?
Like, what do you want me to do? Oh my God. Anyway, so 4 p.m. the last day I was there till 7. The whole interviews thing is there. I'm still sitting there waiting to do interviews. The interviews don't get fucking done. At 4 p.m. I was like, hey, can I get some food to one of the producers? And they said, the kitchen doesn't open till 5. And I was like, what? I've been here all day and there's nothing but snacks available.
She goes, my stomach hurts so bad from eating shit I'm not supposed to eat.
Like, this is fucking nuts, dude.
And then they brought me a plate of unseasoned ground beef. I can't make this shit up. So what you're saying is they gave you food.
So I blew up at the director. I blew up at probably Daniel and not Joey. I was very careful not to blow up at Joey. But I blew up at Daniel because
Oh my God. We're going to read some of these. Okay. Let's read these really quickly. From Gabby. I'm not sure who Catherine Kelly is, but can you please let her know that I haven't been refusing to do interviews? I was there in full glam for 5 to 6 before shitting to do them, and also was waiting at lunch to do them. And every time someone was going to pull me, they never said that they were ready for me. I think it sucks that my camp is being told I refuse to work. He said, I have no idea what is happening. I think they're just behind on your interviews, so either 2:50 today or 2:15 today or Monday. And then she says, clearly they're behind. My issue is people are telling my team that I'm refusing to work. Well, they should be telling your team that you're a fucking nightmare, but they probably already know that. When I'm literally sitting there for hours being told, be ready for your interviews, blah, 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 blah. And you're planning on killing me off? Honestly fair. Honestly fair. If you weren't planning on letting me compete to the end, you could have just killed me off in episode 1, LOL. He says, Gabby, that is not my word at all. I work on, world at all. I work on storyline and creating the backstory, not the YouTube talent or anything involved. I don't plan kills or the production stuff. I'm confused as to why there's any issues whatsoever. You can tell me if you don't want to be on the show. I won't be hurt. I obviously don't want Joey to hear that because he's fragile, but I don't like hearing all these stories when it's really easy to bypass everything. And she says, I'm super unhappy because I've had like 3 requests that are totally reasonable that no one listened to and made it impossible to be any type of comfortable. Number 1, oh, there's a list. Actually have an outfit I can move in, which I know they wanted another fitting, but they asked me the day before. Okay, so basically what I'm hearing is that she did not go to a fitting. So whose fault is that? Hers. And I had full day obligations. 2, I can't wear any metal that wasn't sterling silver because I'm allergic and now I'm covered in rashes. 3, I need healthy meal options. Oh my God. And to eat pretty soon after I wake up or I'll get sick. None of that happened until I had to snap because no one listens to me until I'm aggressive. And probably because I'm not an actor, so I don't care about speaking up when shit's fucked up. So everyone else quietly bitches about it and then it riles me up more. Oh my God, I can't even be bothered to read the rest of this. She sounds insane in these. I don't even...
Producer, and he was also the person who promised me that he personally would take care of my meals. It just turned into this thing of like, Gabby's a diva, and then I talked to Joey.
Just like every other fucking woman who advocates for herself, even if she needs to fight for the bare minimum. Babe, it's not sounding like you're fighting for the bare minimum. I'm gonna be honest. It seems like you're fighting.
And then they lied to me and said that they wanted me to stay because I was like, dude, do you want to kill me off? They're like, no, like, we want you to stay. And then I had heard one of the producers let it slip that they were like killing me off. And then I asked Joey again,
I would kill you off.
are you killing me off?
Episode 1.
Again. And then it turns out that they did actually plan to kill me off, which was for the best. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like, dude, just be a real person. Like, nobody's a real person. I'm, you know, like, whatever. So anyways, the next day, I believe it was the next day, I texted Daniel and Joey and I sent them this apology where I was like, I really did not want this to be a bad experience. And I'm so sorry if I like ruined this experience for you. I'm so grateful that you like trusted me with this and that you wanted me to be a part of it. I wish I could have been better at doing this and expressing myself. But then I also wanted to express myself, which is I really didn't want it to get to this point. Just basically saying, this is why I got here. I do think we need to like stop with this idea that like apologies have to be one way because we were both wrong. I was a bitch and an asshole, which actually, no, I'm not gonna call myself a bitch. I'm going to say that I had a very emotional reaction to a very emotionally triggering situation that I could have handled myself better.
That's what I'm going to say in future when people call me a bitch or a C word. I'm going to be like, I was just reacting to the moment I was in.
100%. And it's embarrassing, and that's why I apologize for it. But like, to not apologize back, to not take ownership of anything that you did to contribute to that. Like, dude, you didn't respect me as a person, as a friend, as a creator, as a talent on your show. Like, how unprofessional and gross is it that you as a producer of a show, when you needed something to talk about for views, literally would throw me under the bus, when you literally were just in my home decorating it for content? When you've been coming to all of my parties, you've been inviting me to your events, except the one you uninvited me to, which that was another thing. But like, no, hold up. I can't gloss over this because it was actually so fucked. I reached out to Daniel because he tweeted something about Santa's naughty list not coming to the Christmas party this year or something. It's an annual Christmas party. I've been invited the last couple years. When I saw that, that was around drama. So then I reached out to Daniel and I was like, dude, it's totally okay if you can't invite me to your party. I totally understand if you don't want to be associated. And he was like, no, girl, not you. Like, Trisha, she's the problem. And then I literally went and bought the secret exchange white elephant gift. Like, it's a $50 gift every year. I went and got the gift because he literally told me I'm invited to the party. And then I see Snapchats and Instagram stories about that. That's whatever. I apologize to you.
Okay, well, that's shitty. You know what I mean? That's shitty if they continuously were saying that, you know, it wasn't her they were saying was uninvited from the party or not invited to the party. And we're saying, no, we're talking about Trisha. And I'm pretty sure Trisha went to it, but they were talking about Gabby. And then she gets the present because they said, we're fine, you're coming to the party. And then she doesn't even know when the party happens. Like, that is shitty on their behalf. It is.
And then the second it was popular, throw me under the bus, you threw me under the bus. Like, there's no other way around that, because you're either being fake then and pretending to like me for content or followers or to be on your fucking billboard, or you're being fake now when you threw me under the bus the second you felt like it was safe because so many people were doing it. I took ownership for my mistake of that to you personally, both Joey and Daniel. I texted Joey and I was like, dude, I wish you would have just talked to me. Like, I thought we were past this. So then he told me that he accepted my apology then, but then he decided he didn't accept it, which is fine. If you want to unaccept your apology, it's weird, but do you. I guess that's your right. But I think it's also kind of fucked up to like go onto a public platform without at least coming to me first and being like, you know what, I thought about it and I still want to talk about it. I'm still upset. But no, you went and talked shit about me on a public platform. That's fucked up. I don't know, dude.
Well, I mean, did she reach out to any of the people she's making these things on beforehand?
Whatever. It's so embarrassing finding out how many people did not give a fuck about me. Like, I went through my life without friends. Like, that's not a friend. That never was a friend. That was somebody who never liked me, never cared about me, and also caused a lot of fucking drama in my life. Constantly coming back to my ear about, like, this.
I mean, caused a lot of drama in your life, but, you know, in a sense, from what we've heard and what we've seen, it seems like you were provoking that to be a reality. And I hate to, like, blame you for that, but, I mean, it kind of looks like you provoked a lot. And if you were doing all that to me, I would talk shit about you. Maybe that's just because I'm a mean person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous to think that I'm not going to talk shit about you if you are making my life so hell while I'm already stressed out. Nah, I'm gonna talk shit about you. I'm gonna be honest, babe.
This person said this, like, planting shit in my head. That caused me, like, real drama and repercussions and shit. Like, just sucks, dude. I'm tired of, like, the fake woke conversations about, like, we care, and, like, about mental health, and we want...
Not me and Gabby having the same earrings right now.
Mental health. Let's normalize respecting people's boundaries. I'm doing my part the best I can. I'm trying to work on myself, and I'm trying to communicate clearly what I need. And then to just, like, whatever, dude. You get the point. That's my side of that story anyway.
Well, you were communicating what you need, but it was ridiculous what you needed, and you could have organized it yourself. You're in a working environment, and they shouldn't have to cater towards you that much because they're already working with so many other people.
And of course, I'm sure it falls in the middle. Like, there's always three sides, despite what Rice Gum said.
People say there's two sides to every story, but there's literally only one side.
From where I was sitting, I felt extremely disrespected. I felt that I asked very fair boundaries, which were appropriate, time to rest, my dietary needs, a costume that I felt...
Okay, dietary needs have already been through that. The costume, from those texts, it seems that she didn't go to one of the fittings. And the call times, that's on you for not making your schedule accommodating towards sleeping.
Comfortable and can perform physical fucking activities and challenges in and spend all day in. And jewelry that didn't break my entire body.
Now, the jewelry thing, I can't wait to hear the other side of the story. Because as of right now, it's ridiculous if she was only given the jewelry that made her break out. I'm excited to hear the other side of the story in that, because right now it sounds very bad on Daniel and Joey, but I'm excited to hear the other side.
Fucking total bitch also. Sometimes I'm a total bitch. For real. Generally, I'm a direct reflection of the energy that's given to me. I really know that about myself. If you are kind to me and treat me with a semblance of empathy and respect, and like I can tell that what you weren't trying to hurt me. In fact, I would go as far as to say that my biggest fucking downfall is I try way too fucking hard to make excuses for people because
she's an empath.
I know how troubled I've been and the way that I've acted in situations that I'm not proud of. I can understand when somebody's being kind of a shitty person because I wish that a lot of people didn't just push me to the wayside when I was struggling. And that's a very codependent mindset. And that's something I've also like, I don't know, dude. I just feel like at this point, dude, there's so much I needed to get off of my chest. I just don't feel good like going through life like, I've been giving myself too much anxiety, trying to...
You can both hurt and be hurt. Apologies more than often should be mutual. Well, if they're deserved. Okay, I feel like I've pretty much said everything. I'm excited to hear the other side of the story now. Again, a lot of the things that she said was kind of her just preaching on about like, yes, I was a bitch. And I'm like... Okay, wait, so why are you saying that and then being like, they owe me an apology? For what? You saying that you were a self-proclaimed bitch? Like, I'm excited to hear the other side of the stories on this. Let me know your opinion of her video. I actually thought it was going to age a little bit better than what it did, but it aged exactly how it was the first time I watched it. Deranged. All right, I will see you in my next one. I'm very excited to jump into the responses. Goodbye. Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm filming this right after I just filmed Gabby Hanna's Escape the Nightmare because I need to start hearing what the other sides of this story is because Gabby's point of view is like so crazy that I just need to hear other POVs. So we're going to get right into Joey graceffa's video first, who is obviously the main person on Escape the Night, and then Daniel Preda's video. Joey's video is 16 minutes long. Daniel Preda's is over an hour long, and he comes, from my memory, more with like receipts and stuff. So I forget Joey graceffa's video. I'm going to be honest. It has 6.4 million views. Daniel Preda's has 6 million views. Congratulations, Daniel Preda. A mention of Joey graceffa, and you've got some views, but who am I to speak? That's what I do for a living. Mention people's names. But anyways, I'm very intrigued to see what Joey said because I remember Daniel's video was messy. So let's just get right into it. Let's not waste any more time. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. It's called Gabby Hanna Needs to Stop. All right. And it says, the description is, bye Gabby.
Alrighty, well, let's just get into this, shall we? So this video is a response to Gabby Hanna's video, Escape the Nightmare. And I just want to...
Is he wearing a damn Escape the Night promo merchandise? He said, not a moment to not promote. God, this got only 4,000 dislikes and almost 400,000 likes. The public were on his side. So Gabby Hanna's little series where she was exposing people and getting like 100,000 views now blew up to the responses are getting 6 million views.
Give you guys a spoiler alert. Gabby was actually the nightmare, so sorry, I had to spoil you. So I'm gonna go over some of the points that she made in her video that are just completely false and give you guys the receipts to back that up. But before we get into those points, I do want to let you guys know that Gabby and I were close friends. So when she acts like the victim and is wondering why all these people in her life who claim to be her friends are no longer her friends, you do things, Gabby, to make people not be your friends. What you did to me on Escape the Night is the reason we are no longer friends and the reason why I talked badly about you being on Escape the Night.
Oh, I love when someone owns being a bitch. He goes, and that's the reason I talk bad about you. I respect it. I would rather someone be more upfront than not. Because there's so many of these slimy YouTubers that will not tell you that they talk shit. And they do. So I appreciate the honesty.
Just because we were friends before that doesn't contractually make me obligated to never say anything bad about you or never not be your friend because we were friends in the past. You did this. You ended our friendship, not me. The way that you acted on set of Escape the Night is why we are no longer friends.
Oh.
An example of what a friend is like on set.
If I remember correctly, we're about to praise Colleen Ballinger, so let me just prepare myself. All right.
Of a production of your friend. Take some advice from Colleen, who literally gave birth months before, showed up on set.
The greatest woman of all time. If God was a woman, it's Colleen Ballinger, right, Joey?
Breastfeeding, went home after hours on set to her baby.
Yeah, because she was doing anything to avoid looking after those kids. I love whenever they're all praising her for that. And I'm like, babe, she just wanted time away from those fucking kids.
Waking up and then having to be a mom and then coming to set the next day and doing it all over again. And the crazy thing is, Colleen was my #1 support system. Being on set of a production that's millions of dollars and having all this pressure is a lot. But Colleen didn't complain once, and she was my #1 supporter, making me feel good about things and helping me de-stress and telling me that everything was...
She's really nice to your face, isn't she, Joey?
Also, my friend is making life on set a living hell by being disrespectful and rude and mean and foul to not only cast, but crew, screaming at the director, demanding things, and calling a production assistant a dumb cunt is not how you act on set of one of your friends. Not even just your friend, any set in general. That's not how you act, regardless of...
I think this is a good point that he's making. Like, this is a set at the end of the day. Like, you're all friends, in quotation, but like at the end of the day, this is a set. And if you're mixing it with friendship and stuff like that, like that's on you. Like everyone else is being professional, and if you weren't able to, then you're the problem.
Your mental health issues, this is not how you act, okay? And that is why we are not friends, Gabby. And that is why I don't like you. It's because of what you did to me. You are not a friend. That is not how a friend acts. That's just not my definition of a friend. So my main receipts in this, there are some screenshots, but I think my main receipts are people who were actually there who experienced what her behavior was like. And I don't think any words of me describing what she was like, or even her words of describing and owning up to what she did, can fully express and convey what it truly was like. But I am in the process of figuring out how to get the footage, the raw footage and raw audio, to show you guys what it was actually like on set with her. And but until then, this will have to do. And I do want to say a huge thank you to Rosanna for coming forward with her Twitter statement, expressing what it was like.
That's crazy. I thought Rosanna Pansino's first time being involved in drama was whenever she bizarrely continued to come after Mr. Beast because she didn't win the competition. But no, our girl Rosanna was involved in drama back here. She was, you know, putting her foot in and saying that Gabby was not nice and Joey wasn't, like, she made her side very clear, and it really got people really riled up against Gabby. Rosanna's dabbled in drama before. Completely forgot about that.
Kind of debunking some of the things that Gabby had said in her video. And also the friends who were also on Escape the Night who liked that tweet and support. I appreciate you. It means a lot to me because you guys are my biggest receipts that I have to really prove that Gabby was the one in the wrong in this situation. So I do want to go over some of the key points that she talked about in her video and debunk those with the receipts that I have. Okay, #1, I never once started this. Gabby thinks that I'm the one who started this. During interviews and stuff, people asked me like what it was like on set or what was season 4 like, and I was honest. I said it was awful because one person in particular was awful and mean.
He said, babe, I told the truth. Honestly, it's such a shady thing for him to say. He's like, I was just asked and I told the truth. But like, it is true, you know what I mean? Like, but also him and Daniel were making sly comments in videos as well. Like, it wasn't just always when they were asked in interviews. So he's not telling the full truth here, but I can understand how this is a great way to get out of it by being like, I was just asked a question, but that's not the entire truth in Gabby's defense.
I never once said your name, Gabby.
And only one out of all 4 seasons someone like had an issue with dying.
Oh, there was one in season 4 too.
Really?
Sure. Yeah, that was season 4 was my least favorite to film by far.
Why?
Just because
Drama.
of this one person on the cast who just made it hell.
Really? And how do you stay out of like not talking about drama? You never talk about things. I would call people out left, right, and center.
No, honestly, I could have, and I could have like exposed a lot of receipts, but
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't put out that energy. People were able to figure out who.
I was about to say, yeah, he didn't explicitly say it's Gabby, but obviously people were able to figure out. But in Joey's defense, that's on Gabby for people being able to jump the gun and assume it's her. That means that they already have a certain kind of idea that she would be the person that would do something like that. So that's on her again.
Was based off your past actions. It wasn't hard for people to connect the dots because you've set the standard of who you are online. So
Ooh, Caddy.
it also just frustrates.
The claws are coming out, Diva.
My friend do this to me. I mean, I've already expressed this, Gabby. You can't treat your friends like that and expect them to always just keep things hidden from people or not share my truth of my experience with you just because we were friends. You ended our friendship, and therefore I got to express my frustration and my trauma, and I could
generational trauma.
But I wasn't. I stayed respectful, and I never once said that it was you publicly. You're kind of the one who outed yourself by confirming that it was you. I also never begged or pleaded for Gabby to be a part of the show. Yes, I wanted her to be in it because she was my friend at the time. She was going through a lot of shit. A lot of people did not like her, still don't like her, but I was her friend and I wasn't seeing through the bullshit that everybody else was picking up on.
Okay, so he literally showed text messages where Gabby's like, but people hate me. And he's like, no, like, we still want you on the show. Like, drama videos don't mean everything. So, I mean, actually, that was not begging. That was actually being a support system to her. Damn, she really fucked that one up, didn't she?
As a supportive friend, I wanted to give her this opportunity to be on a show that has thousands of fans and the opportunity to be on this platform that has like a billboard and a lot of respect towards it. So
a lot of respect is generous, to be fair.
This opportunity, hiring you on a project that means so much to me. So I'm sorry that I was being a good friend and inviting you to be a part of something bigger, but go ahead, live in your delusional world. I'm sure it's comfy there for you. You also claim that ADHD is the biggest reason that you acted the way you did on set. But just so you know, half the cast had ADHD and did not act in the way that you did.
I mean, again, this is like, Gabby really, like, the fruit was hanging and we were able to, like, pick it and, like, do retaliations against her. Like, blaming her entire actions on ADHD was not only so predictable, but just was, like, it's so bullshit because, like, there are so many people in the world and, like, most people who live with ADHD just do not act that way, and it's not an excuse in any way. But also him saying that about, like, most of the guys had ADHD, they didn't act like that. It's like, yeah, Gabby, it was just the way you acted. You know what I mean? There's no excuses for it. You don't have to make an excuse.
Then you go into your eating disorder and the whole food situation. Every single person is sent a form days before we start filming to get people's medical information and their allergies and any food restrictions. Gabby didn't fill this out until the day we were on set. Miss Gabby, can we do a little BTS moment? How is she? Look at, she's got her yellow hair on.
We're doing that.
She's practicing her script.
Filling out my medical information.
You're supposed to.
Ooh, she outed herself in that vlog clip. Okay, so she didn't, in the long run, tell them what she wanted for food until the last minute, and then was like, I want green beans, broccoli, spinach. Like, that's on her. Damn. Okay, me when I don't do something and then I blame other people that I didn't do it. I don't know what she, like, expects. It's like working on everyone, like everyone has to work on her schedule, but that's not work on a set.
Out beforehand so we can get everything prepared and make sure that we have your dietary restrictions accounted for. So I don't understand how you expect things to be done for you when you don't do the work yourself. And I also...
So a medical form is the bare minimum.
Defend Daniel, who literally went above and beyond for not only you, but everybody else on set. He had a million things going on, and yet he still managed to have the time to go to Whole Foods and get you your 3 healthy meals that were so specific of like exactly what you needed, and yet you still didn't even eat them. You literally just left them out to rot. So what was it that you were actually trying to do, Gabby? Was it that you actually needed the healthy meals, or were you just trying to be difficult? Because I think you were just trying to be difficult and throw around some power. Okay, so moving on to the wardrobe.
Damn! That also is a very fair point. Like, I kept saying, like, if she needed all this shit so desperately, like, she could have got her own assistant, she could have, you know, had it in advance, organized it herself. But him making a point where they just believe that she was doing it to throw around power and stuff, I believe that more than anything else. And I hate that I agree with Joy Graceffa. But wow, that is such a good point that he made. And obviously, who knows more than someone who it was his show, or is his show, I guess.
Oh, is this the outfit that you approved during your first fitting? I don't remember forcing this outfit on you, Gabby. I'm pretty sure you approved this during the first fitting, and you actually loved it. So
catty in this.
Of it. That was just a different color that matched your skin tone and your hair. The issue is, Gabby, you had 2 more fittings after we made you this custom look that you just didn't show up for.
Oh my god, he has email proof that she didn't show up. Oh, he has many emails showing that she didn't show up. Oh my god, no. Literally, they're like, will we get Gabby today? Oh my god, she didn't even show up for any of them.
Offered to meet you at your music studio that you...
Not at the damn music studio. There is, if anything, we need less music from Gabby Hanna. So, like, that is her excuse for not showing up to her fittings, that then she complained that the clothes didn't fit her because she was at the music studio. All that for what? So what if I'm the monster?
You accepted. And when the costume designer, who was actually 9 months pregnant at the time, drove across...
Was everyone on this set fucking pregnant or just had a baby? Fuck me.
...town to go to your music studio, you stood her up.
Gabby has a shit today and cannot go to Universal for the fitting.
And again...
Oh my god, she didn't show up!
...to make sure that your wardrobe fit until you showed up the first day of set and it didn't fit you. Surprise! And you were complaining.
It's also important to note that Gabby never responded to Daniel or Joey's video, which kind of does just in turn make her guilty, in my opinion. In the history of online,
make it to the
they got the last word
to make sure that it fit you. So make it make sense. I don't know how you expected.
Damn, I don't understand why she would. Why is my phone blowing up so overtly much? This grip chat is going crazy. I thought I muted it. I hate whenever my phone just like, they added me to a new one. What are my friends doing? Can you fuck off? I'm working, as Gabby Hanna would say. I'm working so hard. I'm sitting and I'm filming. Oh my god, I'm working so hard. It's crazy that Gabby would make the escape. Sorry, I love playing with these. They're so big. This is what I normally wear. Look, I've like doubled them in size. Isn't that crazy? I'm sure you're so excited that I told you that. There's something really crazy that... Check out the new Escape the Night merch. Your connection is not private. Attackers might be trying to steal your information. It's telling me to go back to safety. It is literally telling me to go back to safety when I try to go to Joy Graceffa's merch store. All right. It's like, you don't want this shit. So why would she make a video in which she's exposing all of this when there was just damning proof, emails, texts, videos, vlogs, everything that she didn't even show up for the bare minimum? Like, is there a humiliation kink here? Gabrielle? I don't know. Or just delusion?
A Cinderella miracle to happen to make sure that you were comfortable in your wardrobe when you didn't show up to the 2 fittings to make sure that it could be comfortable. So things took a turn on set after day 2 when she refused to come back the next day at her call time. So this is when everything kind of climaxed in...
I hate when people use that word.
Showing her...
Do you not say climax?
It was the end of day 2. It's about 4 a.m. We're all getting out of our clothes and getting ready to go home, and the PA comes to let us all know our call times for tomorrow so we can be ready for our hair and makeup and get day 3 started. So the PA tells Gabby a time
Yippee!
She has to arrive the next day, and she completely refuses, cusses out the PA and tells him that she refuses to come. So of course, we reach out to her manager, let him know that, hey, Gabby is refusing to work under the contract that she signed, and that she needs to show up on set. And her manager was extremely apologetic and was basically saying
her manager
extremely unprofessional. Like he's had so many issues with her, and so she showed up on set the next day. But the director and I met and were like, okay, this is not it. We need to kill her off the show as soon as possible so it can be a peaceful set because she was causing so much chaos that we just needed to get rid of her. Now, there have been some cases where we do scripted death if someone has a heart out and they can't make it through the whole filming process, and that actually included Tana this season because she had to go to an award show, so we had planned that Tana would die in episode 5, and with the whole issue with Gabby, we're like, we can't have her for one more episode. Let's get rid of her. So we planned the double death, which a lot of people were upset about, but now you know the real reason why there was a double death. The next day, I took Gabby aside, and of course, she had a million things to say. She had all these excuses of what was going on with her and how she's the victim. And I'm in producer headspace. Like, I need to make sure that this production...
That's what I say. Like, I have like worked on like short films and stuff, but they've been like college projects and stuff, so not on the level of Escape the Night, as abysmal as it is. To give credit where it is due. And I've worked with a couple difficult people, and it just ruins the vibe for everyone, and it just makes it so much more difficult, and it makes the project so like puts such a damper on it that I really do sympathize with everyone involved in just wanting her character to be killed off. Could you imagine being Gabby and hearing that people are like, we just need to kill her off? Like, she's that excruciating to be around.
As smoothly as possible. There's millions of dollars on the line, and I'm not about to let this girl fuck this up for me. So I'm just nodding my head like, yeah, girl, don't worry, everything's fine, like, we're good, like, it's all good, like, I totally understand what you're going through. But in my head, I'm like, this girl is screwing me over so hardcore. She's made my life a living hell on this set, made things way harder than they need to be. But you know what? I'm just gonna suck it up so she doesn't screw anything else up anymore. And that's what I did. And I am proud of the way that I handled myself because I could have gone off on her very hard, but I don't think that would have been a good result on set. I obviously didn't want her walking off, and I had to do what I had to do to protect me and protect the show. So if that's fake Gabby, well, it's what I had to do. She
Ooh!
in her video complained a lot about...
I appreciate the honesty.
Girl, you did season 2. You knew what you were signing yourself up to.
This is what I'm saying. Like, he's saying the exact point I said, where she complained about these long days, the food, the everything, but I'm like, didn't you already experience this 2 seasons previous and you said you hated it? So why did you come back? Now we have proof that you weren't begged to come back on the show. So it's like, why did you put yourself through that? Like, are they paying you that well? Or like, how much do they get paid? Tell me.
But also, that's just what set life is. It's a lot of hurry up and wait. But I know you think that the world revolves around you, and how dare anybody make you wait? I mean, how dare we pay you thousands of dollars to sit in a luxury trailer and do nothing? Sounds like a really hard gig, Gabby, to just have to do nothing but get paid thousands of dollars and also get to be on a show that's going to be a platform for you to maybe redeem yourself. Maybe get people to like you and enjoy you a little bit more. So then her video goes into...
Okay, Catty.
Her apology and my fake accepting her apology. So, same with before, where we're on set, it's like, I have to do what I have to do to protect this project. And by accepting your apology was me protecting the project. You're pretty unstable, and I don't know what to expect from you, so I'd rather pretend that we're good than actually deal with the craziness that you bring. I don't think you realize this, Gabby. Maybe you do, but you're scary. And you make it very hard for people to be honest with you. And if I was honest with you, nothing would have changed. You're so delusional, and you think that you're always going to be the victim. Even months after, when I finally did share with you my frustration of you on set, there was no getting through to you. There was always just an excuse. So maybe understand that the reason why all these people who are fake friends just don't know how to cut it off with you because you're scary and you don't make it easy for people to be honest with you. Also, I want to share a story with you guys about...
Oof. Again, this is so harsh to hear, and I'm not even Gabby, but it's like, she did this to herself. Like, she made that video and provoked them respond. Like, do you think she thought that they weren't going to respond? But I can't see a world in which she thought they weren't going to respond. It's also crazy that, again, that her video only got like 100,000 views, 200,000 views, or whatever it got. It's deleted now, so we can't even see. And like, this got 6.4 million, and Daniel's got 6 million. Like, that's a big ratio of people exposing you. Like, that's borderline terrifying.
About a week.
Maybe that's why she deleted the series.
Shooting. And by the way, after she was killed off the show, everything went so smooth. Like, everybody had clear skin. We were all thriving. The season got progressively better, and we were all just in good spirits. It was literally a negative energy had been removed from the set, and we were all so happy.
Someone said that about me, I kicked myself.
A week later, we had to do the press shoot where we shot the billboard and the promo shoots and stuff, and of course, she just had to make that just as difficult. She was complaining about her call time because even though she was contractually obligated to come to this day.
That's what I'm saying about all this. Like, didn't she sign a contract? Like, again, she's working, and I'm aware that as a YouTuber or a painter or a musician artist that she is, like, she is such a skewed version and perception of work. But, like, you signed a contract whether or not you were forced into, you know, being a part of it. They begged you. You signed a contract to do work and make a lot of money doing work.
Hey, she had a gym appointment.
Like, you get to fund your gym life and your artistic life by working.
She couldn't miss. So she was trying to...
She had a gym appointment she couldn't miss? Girl.
basically be on set as least amount of time as possible, and she kind of was just thinking like, oh, I can just get my makeup done, shoot out, and go. But that's not how it works. There's so many rotating things. There's tons of other people. It's, again, not always just about you, Gabby. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's just the world doesn't revolve around you. She's just so entitled to feel like her time is more valuable than others.
I mean, it's a fair point.
Colleen has a newborn baby that she's breastfeeding on set and managed to make time to be there, but your gym appointment is way
doing anything to escape that husband of hers she hates.
You have to go to the gym, Gabby. That's way more important than the contract that you signed to be here for the full time that is required. But because things weren't going her way on set, she had a major meltdown, and I'm hoping to God that I can find the audio or some video form to really show you guys how much she blew up on this poor woman who was just telling her time of when she was ready on set. It was too much for Gabby, and she called the woman a dumb c***, and then stormed off set, and we didn't get to finish.
Failed to enter whiteboard mode? Do I look like a fucking teacher to you? Don't remind me again. Fuck off. Am I supposed to do a presentation or something? My camera's been flashing for the past 2 minutes, and I'm like, what? I'm a teacher now? Whiteboard? Am I gonna, like, break down this saga on a fucking whiteboard? Fuck off.
Her promo shoot. So anyways, stay tuned for if I can find the footage or the audio of her to really convey how awful she was on set. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Okay, I don't think he ever did that. Don't think he ever did that. Again, I just don't understand what was worth it to Gabby putting herself on the line so much to be exposed. Also, treating other workers so poorly as what she's been exposed as doing is just evil. And she obviously knew that they could respond to her because she kept calling herself a bitch, I was a bitch. But, like, that doesn't excuse if you were just a mean, nasty person. Okay, so Joey's video was not really, like, exposing receipts, but it definitely was telling the story overall. And it really does paint a more accurate picture. Now, the next one, Daniel Preda's, is when things get really crazy. Like, that is the crazy video. He has so much proof. But Joey's, I think, kind of tread the line of, like, being involved, but not being involved in drama kind of way. Let me know your opinion on Joey's video, and whose side are you on so far? Gabby's or Joey's? We'll talk down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye. Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, I am giving you the video that I have been begged to make. Don't worry, I'm excited to do this one too. Oh my god, my comments have been filled on every single video that hasn't been this video, being like, well, where is it? Well, here it is, Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing very well. Okay, so today we are doing the final part of the Gabby Hanna Escape the Night drama. And we have the bombshell video, which is honestly, I think, one of like the greatest expose on YouTube ever. And it is Daniel Preda, who famously is someone that I do not enjoy. However, I give my 10s to a queen when 10s is due. And this video almost makes me separate Daniel Preda from calling him Joey Graceffa's ex-boyfriend. Like, this video was good. It was a good video. So basically, you're aware we've been covering the Escape the Night. I don't want to talk too much at the start of this video because this video is an hour long. You're aware of what happened. Daniel Preda and Joey Graceffa both responded. We have watched Joey's. It was very tame, whereas Daniel's one was very much so getting into the nitty-gritty receipts of it all. So we're going to get to this video right now. I'm very excited. I do think that this video is genuinely one of my favorite videos online. I have not watched it in a very, very, very long time. It is called The Truth About Gabby, Hanna, and Escape the Night. So Daniel Preda is a producer on the show, and basically, as we're aware, was dealing with the madness of Gabby, Hanna, and like I'm 100% on his side with this. But I want to refresh my memory because I haven't watched this in a very, very, very long time. So let's get into it. Also, 68% of people who watch my videos in the last couple of weeks are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It is the biggest support you can do to my channel. I would really, really, really appreciate it. Okay, let's get into it. So the description on this video says the following. This is a video about truth. If you're looking for an apology, it's never gonna happen. This is not about exposing or canceling anyone. It's about debunking the lies and manipulation created by Gabby Hanna and her series, which has put a target on the back of my incredible cast and crew of Escape the Night. This video is for the people who were verbally abused and disrespected on set but are not here to stand up for themselves. Thank you for watching. The facts are here, the evidence to support and debunk her lies are here. Take them as you will. I will not be addressing this topic again, and I hope Gabby is able to seek the professional help she needs to live a happy and successful life and to truly apologize and take full responsibility for the actions and the pain she has caused people. XOXO, Daniel. For the record, I have not had any contact with Gabby Hanna since December 2019, where I explained my reasonings for not inviting her to our annual Christmas party and had apologized if she felt upset. Okay, let's get into it. I'm very excited.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, here we are. I did not think I would be making a video like this. I've never made a video like this before.
You know he was excited to make this video. You know he loves the drama of it all. You know he was excited to make this.
I'm going to consider this an exposure.
And that's fine.
This video is about the truth. If some of you guys don't know, Gabby Hanna released a video yesterday, basically talking about her experience on Escape the Night, and it...
Wow, he made this video really quickly. He made this video in 24 hours. And if I remember correctly, he has a lot of evidence in this video, like a lot of receipts. He was able to pull this together in 24 hours. He clocked in for his shift. He clocked in. Bravo. Bravo. Because doing a YouTube expose is hard going and finding all the information. So, bravo, 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 bravo.
It is just full of...
Also, I've said this in the last two ones, but I just don't know if Gabby... There's no way she didn't think that they weren't going to respond and expose her back. Like, I don't know if... why she was poking the bear so much, because she ended up deleting all her videos anyway.
Lies, manipulation, and delusion, and I'm here to...
Not delusion. Well, it's fair.
So, if you would like the truth, please watch the entire video.
We will!
You guys know who I am. I'm Daniel Preda, known as...
Do we know who you are?
YouTube. I do a lot of home content, do a lot of travel content, I do a lot of vlogging, DIY, lifestyle, etc. But... first and foremost, I am a writer and a producer. It's what I went to school for. I was lucky enough to collaborate with my former partner, Joey Graceffa. I was a senior producer for 4 seasons of Escape the Night. As a senior producer, it was basically 10 jobs combined into one. I worked extremely closely with Joey and the entire production company. With YouTube, I worked on everything from casting to fonts to art to billboard art. I made sure things were good on set.
This is true. As a producer, you literally take every hat on.
And their agents.
So, it's a hard job.
Personally, because I do.
So, if I was doing that and Gabby Hanna was giving me more problems than I need, girl, fuck off.
A lot of people were my friends. I was able to have that direct one-on-one collaboration and connection with people. So mostly everybody I was on a name-to-name basis. I would just text people if they needed something. Anybody could always come to me for whatever they needed. Like I said, I was involved in every facet of the show production for the most part. One thing that I want to touch upon first is in Gabby's video, she used ADHD as a crutch to excuse her behavior on set.
Let me guess, he has it too. Is that what he's going to say? He has it too?
Behavior was extremely erratic. It was
if so, that will be so Diva.
It is not professional, and nearly everybody on set had an issue with her. However, I have a big issue with her using ADHD as an excuse for that. Having ADHD or any mental health issues, first of all, does not allow you to act like that. while everybody is
Also, you're in a room with YouTubers. Most of those bitches have ADHD as well, and they don't act that way.
different, and I respect that, I personally have ADHD. I have anxiety.
Oh, that's such a diva move to be like, you're blaming your shit on ADHD? Well, I have it. Yes. I love that.
I have depression. But I'm an adult, and I have, for the past 10 years, I have taken care of that. I'm very lucky to be able to be...
No one else's responsibility except for yours.
Therapy. I work out almost 7 days a week to some capacity, and I know who I am. And I do not let my issues with mental health reflect who I am as a person. When I come on set, I'm there to work, I'm there to treat other people with respect, and I'm there to have a great attitude and collaborate with people, period. And that is something that I had a major issue with in Gabby's video, her using that as an excuse.
And she used it as an excuse. How many times did that little ADHD, like, Google Wikipedia thing pop up on the screen? Oh my god, we were doing it as a drinking game. We blacked out by the end.
An excuse. For me. I don't know if it is for you, but for me, I don't think so. Okay, let's take it back to season 2, where the issues began. A lot of her behavior on season 2 was reflected in season 4. However, the way that I think, and a lot of other creatives think, shit may happen on set, but at the end of the day, if the big picture is that it's an amazing show, that is what we focus on. However, that does not take away from the behavior that was exuded on set by Gabby. I think one of the biggest issues of season 2 was the clash between Gabby and a lot of the other female co-stars. There was a lot of jealousy, there was a lot of competition. I don't know why. We were all there to have a good time. We were there to film this awesome show, and
awesome is pushing it.
Good time for you guys. So, you know, we had Tana, we had Andrea Russet, we had Laura DIY, we had Liza Koshy. I'm blanking right now. You get it, I'll pop up the billboard. There were issues with everybody, but they all stemmed from Gabby. Gabby was extremely rude to Tana. Tana was very new to fame, to influence, to having a following at the time, and there was a lot of bullying from Gabby's end to Tana, which I believe Tana has talked about publicly many times. And the same thing with Liza. I really think there was just a weird dynamic of having somebody who's a competitor from Vine and YouTube on the same show that you are.
Which is really crazy, because obviously that does happen in the mainstream, but this is a YouTube show where, like, YouTube at that time as well was built off of collaborations. Like, even if you don't like these people or you're jealous of them, like, wouldn't Gabby have at least pretended to like them for the sake of clout? Maybe. Also, one of my main things with Gabby's video was both Gabby hated doing season 2. Season 4 was the problematic one. Gabby hated doing season 2, and apparently Daniel and Joey hated having her on season 2 because she had so many problems. So I'm like, why did Joey and Daniel bring her back for season 4? Yes, he's saying, oh, if the show's great, blah, blah. But if it's causing so many issues to the other stars, talent, I guess, then why aren't you protecting them? And then for Gabby, why are you going back if you hated it so much? It's like, it seems like you created a problem, both of you, or all three of you, that seemed so avoidable. Like, is the Gabby Hanna clout, having her on your show, really that worth everyone else's experiences? I mean, I don't think so.
And I really think that Gabby was just not confident in herself and needed to act up and act like a massive diva on set just to outshine everyone else. But like I said, at the end of the day, she was very, very entertaining, and that's what came across on camera. But unfortunately,
but is that worth it?
A lot of people, and she did cause a lot of harm. Moving on, fast forwarding to season 4. The initial concept for season 4 was a brand new season, but we ended up going with an all-stars theme, which the network, YouTube, liked more. So we went out to Gabby. Gabby in her video says that we begged her to be on the show, that Joey and I were begging her.
And Joey and Daniel are like, please, we really want you to be a part of the show. We loved you in season 2.
Nobody was begging you, girl. At this point, your reputation was preceding you, but there was a lull in her dramas online at the time, and she was in a pretty good light, so the network approved.
Also, I completely forgot the network had to approve her, but Gabby showed texts from, like, Joey and Daniel, and even in those texts, like, or I think she showed them, or I don't know where I've seen them. Maybe it was, I don't know. Oh, it was Joey's video, I think, maybe. Well, one of them. Too many videos. They were not begging Gabby at all. Nor was Gabby pleading to come back or pleading to not come back. Like, they were all telling inaccuracies here, but mainly Gabby.
Was begging her to be on the show. To be on Escape the Night is an amazing opportunity. It is on a massive platform. You're on billboards all across the United States. You're paid, obviously. You are
selected by executives, or you're allowed to be by the top executives at YouTube, your videos are also pushed into another algorithm because you're being seen more on a weekly basis when the show rolls out. Also, the whole VidCon element, you're on this panel with 10 top creators and 10 massive creators in front of a sea of thousands of fans. There's so many opportunities for growth, for connection, for collaboration with other people, and it truly just is an amazing opportunity to be on a show of this stature. You guys know Escape the Night was the longest running show on YouTube Originals, YouTube Premium, whatever you want to call it. So truly, it was an amazing opportunity. And it's a ton of...
I wonder when it stopped. Like, when did it stop? When did it end? Like, when did it stop? Is that Oliver White was on that? What the fuck? When was the last season? Season 4? Was that the last season? Season 4, I mean, was there a season 5? I wonder why it stopped. Escape the Night season 5 rumored cast. Was there a season 5? Escape the Night season 5 cast confirmed by Joey. Wait, this looks like clickbait. Did it stop at season 5? I think so. Yeah, look. Escape the Night season 5 in the works, question mark? I guess season 4 was where it stopped. I also don't care to look any further because I'm not going to watch any of that.
Free publicity and marketing. You can't even pay for that. How many people do you see on billboards that are on YouTube? Rarely, unless they buy them themselves. I do have a little notebook of notes, so I'll leave mine sit down occasionally. But production was during the week of March 11th through March 18th of 2019, here about 35 to 45 minutes outside of Los Angeles.
Oh my god, that's a really quick shit. That's only like a week of filming. That's not a lot for an entire show, so major props to Daniel for organizing all this within that time. Obviously, he isn't the only one, but he had a lot to do. And the fact that Gabby had the audacity to cause so many problems, girl!
So we either had a hotel for people to be put up by the location, or you had a private driver every night, a black car bringing you back to your house and bringing you back.
Ooh, fancy.
You could choose, you could do a combo of both. We reserved about 20 rooms for cast and talent, so basically you could stay there if you wanted, or you could go home. Literally whatever.
I wonder where they were filming. Would it have been Anaheim, like 40 minutes from LA? Or maybe the other way. I don't know. I know the further you go out, like the more locations you have, and also the cheaper.
And we were going to cater to talent.
That's not shade, by the way. It's just logistics.
Trailer and the first day. Here it is. There's a kitchen, living.
Oh my god, it looks lovely.
Vanity area there in the back. And over here is a bedroom. There's a shower if you want to take a shower. Bedroom here. And a toilet. So actually on productions, especially with cast trailers, they aren't this nice. But because I know everybody on this season, like all seasons, I really wanted to make it something special. There's a bunch of candy here in case you have a sweet.
First of all, this looks gorgeous. This looks gorgeous, and Daniel hooking everyone up is major props for looking after your talent. Major, major, major props. The fact that Gabby was complaining about sitting in her trailer all day, not doing anything, and she was being paid thousands of dollars to sit in this. This is lovely. I love this video, actually. I'm giving a like to this.
Tooth. There's some fruit and vegetables, some little energy supplements, seaweed snacks.
Wow, this, each person, so he's basically showing that there were healthy food options in the trailer because Gabby said that they were basically starving her out. They were trying to make her piggy. They were only feeding her fast food and stuff, which is not her words, but
And then in the
you get the point.
I'll give you the tea on what people
Love.
So we have water, Red Bull, energy drinks, kombucha. Colleen literally only wanted Coke. We have fruit plates.
Of course she did.
Daystorm wanted protein.
Okay, there are so many healthy options in here. Also, I think that's a ginger shot. I've been doing a ginger and turmeric shot every day for like the past 2 weeks. Don't know if it does anything, but I am loving it. It's like a little wake me up.
Drinks. As you can see, sweetie, that trailer is stunning. Healthy foods. There's also some junk foods if you have a sweet tooth. There's green juices, there's water, there's fresh fruit, there's fresh vegetables. There were ice pops in the freezer. There were almonds, seaweed snacks, healthy snacks.
It looks amazing.
Anything you wanted, we had it there. We even had hummus, vegetable trays, and all of those were being replenished daily by me. Again, not my job description, but it's something that I wanted to do because I was friends and friendly with everybody on the cast that season. I wanted everybody to be well taken care of. And none of that was fun.
And again, I don't think people are realizing how much work as a producer you do in a show like this, specifically if your filming is not that long. So the fact he was doing that, major thing. And the fact she was complaining about it, girl.
By YouTube or the production.
Please go and do another production somewhere where they don't care about the fact you're a YouTuber. You will crumble.
They gave us $500.
Luckily, you're not getting booked for anything, honey.
That trailer for the entire week. So Joey and I took money out of our own pocket, upwards of $3,000, to outfit that entire trailer and make it look beautiful, have it be comfortable. I also had beautiful Barefoot Dreams robes made for everybody in the cast. They were personalized. Those were like $200 a pop, just as like a little welcome gift to our friends. And right here we have actually some cast robes that I had custom made with the Escape the Night logo right here.
Cute.
Colleen's. So
not cute.
Everybody was well taken care of, so I'm very confused of the disconnect.
Wow, it really is lovely.
There was nothing healthy on set. It's not the case.
Also, the fact that Daniel has all this footage showing already that Gabby is lying about this, he wasn't even filming it in the moment, thinking that he would have to one day show it. You know what I mean? Or like use it to prove that he's being lied on. So it's like, imagine how much else she's lying about. Like,
here are the visual representations of that.
Healthy food, snacks, drinks, a lot of water available, healthy food. Justine. She's so unproblematic. I fuck with her.
Literally no healthy food.
Also, Colleen was on set that season with her baby Flynn, which is insane. This was her first working job after she had a baby, and she was super excited.
She doesn't get many anymore.
Friend of both Joey and I's, and she's an extreme professional, and we're so happy to have her on set. We're able to actually get another trailer, albeit a little smaller, for her to breastfeed in private, and then she would come to our trailer and hang out with everybody. But again, that was another trailer I outfitted with a bunch of beautiful snacks, wanted to make it comfortable. You know, anything she needed, she could come to me, and she did not make any extra requests. I think she just wanted like Coke and Cheez-Its, but of course I put a bunch of healthy snacks in there too. There was also a running bathroom in there if she needed to change Flynn. Again, that is something we wanted to do, so we did truly go above and beyond for every single person and treated everybody with the utmost respect and dignity. Okay. First day of filming. First day of filming is my favorite. Everybody has these nerves and jitters and excitement. I was running on no sleep because I was running around doing
no sleep. Bus, club, another club, next place, plane, bus, club. You know that meme, I love you.
It was just like all around a really exciting day. I wanted to insert a clip of Gabby here in her wardrobe. Here she is.
Out of breath.
Yes.
Oh my god, anytime we have to run for the challenges, I'm done.
It's over.
Done for, but guess what?
Oh, wait, give a turn. Gorgeous. As you can see, she's living for it.
Gabby talking about how miserable she was on set. The fact he just showed that clip of her being like, woo, I love it. He really clocked your ass. And also, imagine if he didn't have that video. Oh, he really clocked her ass with that.
Loved how she looked. She was wearing this beautiful silk slip dress underneath, and then over was a thicker velvet duster coat with, I believe, ostrich feathers around. And also, due to legality on set, I wish we could have had all the girls in beautiful, like, high heels, but the most we could do was like a kitten heel, so that's a ½ an inch to an inch. So I'm really not sure of what the complaint was about that, but I can understand if you can't walk in a kitten heel. Albeit a little confusing because even I can walk in a 6-inch heel, sweetheart. So, as I was saying, the first day was great, but I did have a lot of feedback.
Okay, Diva.
Already due to Gabby's attitude. You know, there was a lot of complaints first day, but nothing truly directly towards me until day 2. However, at the end of day 1, a female...
Not her already causing problems on day 1.
YouTuber came up to Joey and I do want to protect people, and you know, I'm not going to bring in their names because
bring their names in
this, and I don't want them to get attacked by anybody.
I want them to.
Anyways, this female YouTuber who's been a long-time friend and a long-time collaborator and somebody who's been online for a very long time, was very successful. She came up to Joey and I and asked to be killed off the show as soon as possible because she was extremely uncomfortable with Gabby Hanna and how she was acting on set.
Was it Justine?
Like, interesting. Her actions are now affecting the cast. If her actions affect me, I understand that. I'm able to move past that because I'm a professional and I want to keep people happy, I want to keep it rolling. But now that it's affecting cast, and I heard some things from crew, from the makeup and wardrobe department, we have an issue here. This is now going to create a very toxic environment, because once it starts...
Again, it's crazy that Gabby would make an expose on them, considering that it seems that every single person that was working on this set hated her.
It's really hard to make those situations better. I did want
because of her own doing, by the way.
Is like on a set. Filming on a set in comparison to filming as a YouTuber, like in this situation where I have complete control of the narrative. There's only one camera in front of me. I can say exactly what I want. If I want to stop, I can. If I want to drink coffee, I can, clearly, anything. But the big difference is here, when you're working on a professional Hollywood set, it's no longer about you. You need to go in with a positive attitude, wanting to create something.
You're also signing a contract and you know what you're signing up towards. By the way, you don't sign a contract when you're sitting down to film a little storytime video, you know what I mean? You're a part of something bigger. You're working. I know this is such a scary concept to YouTubers. You're working. You know what work is? Seems like nobody wants to fucking work these days.
Amazing. And that's what we are doing. Everybody on this set of All Stars has been in the industry for a long time, has worked on music videos, TV shows, pilots, movies, etc.
Bus, club, next club, another club.
Professionals. However, it's not easy working conditions. We're filming for anywhere from 12 to 15-hour days in the middle of the night. We had night shoots. It was not freezing, but it wasn't warm. But the thing is, everybody had jackets. If you wanted a jacket, if you wanted to alter your wardrobe, we could get you another jacket that, you know, worked with your wardrobe. A lot of people did that. Some people didn't because they wanted their outfits to be seen, and that's fine.
I had this absurdly ridiculous call time, and I literally told the producer no. So I'd literally just be sitting there for fucking ever.
Like I said, the hours were
in that gorgeous trailer.
Industry is something, if you guys have ever worked on a set before, it's a lot of hurry up and wait. Hurry up, get to set. Oh, wait, we're not ready for you. Go back, sit down. This is how it works.
But also, this isn't even just like filming a TV show. Like, this is a part of life that everyone experiences. I remember whenever I would do theater shows and we would do rehearsals, my part would always be like, I would only be on stage for like 10 to 15 minutes with whatever role I had, but I had to sit through the entire rehearsal day, and the entire rehearsal day would be from like 9 a.m. sometimes until like 9 p.m. We'd have a break in the middle, but like it was long things, and I would get to rehearse my part maybe twice if we did the show twice. So there are so many facets in life where you're not the main fucking star. Like, you've just gotta wait. Like, everyone doesn't work on your schedule, whatever. And I think that was why she lost me so soon so quick into her video, because it was like, wow, you really do value your time more than you value other people's times. And obviously that's like a given, but on a collaborative effort, like, that's not how it works. So it's very frustrating. Like, do you think Gabby Hanna's the kind of person who goes into a Walmart and there's like 5 people before her in the queue and she cuts to the front because her time's more important than anyone else waiting? It's actually a really good analogy. I can't believe I came up with that in the spot. Sometimes my mind really fucking genius. Fucking genius up here. There's not much going on, but...
Unless you're an A-list actor, unless you have an Oscar or a Grammy, which I don't believe Gabby has either, there's no, oh, you're gonna come to set, you're only gonna film for an hour, and then you're going home. That's all we need. It doesn't work like that. When you're on set, this is a group effort. This is something, it's a...
Also, the other YouTubers didn't complain, so why is she?
People working on the show, people who are industry professionals who work every single day of their lives and work extremely hard to feed their families and keep a roof over their heads. They're not making thousands of dollars just by walking onto set and working for a few hours. It doesn't work like that. So what I'm saying is, working on a Hollywood set is just extremely different. You don't have the privacy, you don't have the control. It's not about you. It's a group.
Also, it was a week of filming. I know YouTubers have a skewed perception of work, but you couldn't even do a work week? Brutal.
Without a sound guy, we're not going to have a show. Without an assistant, we're not going to have happy people. Without a makeup artist, you're not going to have somebody who looks great on camera. Without wardrobe, you're not going to have an outfit that fits properly. It is all about working together. Okay, I want to talk about wardrobe. In Gabby's video, she continues to lie about her wardrobe, saying nothing fit. She was getting irritated because of her jewelry.
I showed up to set, and the
The jewelry is something that I'm really interested in. I think in my video yesterday or whatever it was, I was like, oh, I really want to hear what they have to say about the jewelry.
One of the things they promised was like, we promise we'll get you a really comfortable outfit. They were bragging that they were like spent all this money on this like beautiful silk. I show up on set, literally the exact same problem where I literally couldn't move my arms and I was feeling really restricted and like claustrophobic in it. All the shit that I was promised wasn't going to happen essentially.
Let me give you the facts here. The reason why her outfit didn't fit is because
she didn't go to the fitting.
And 2 out of the 3 wardrobes.
She didn't go to the fitting.
Right here, I'm going to show a text. Again, I'm completely...
Gabby is officially on the shit list. Not only did she make Blank, who's 9 months pregnant, drive all the way to her studio, she legit left early and isn't available to get fitted. He said, oh my god, so we have to pick her outfit for her, and it won't be fitted. It's the biggest fuck you. She canceled on us yesterday, too. Like, she put so many people through the shits and then had the audacity to make an expose video.
Leaving the executive's name out of the text because I don't want her to be attacked, but here's the text. I'm going to read it to you as well. Gabby, this is March 8th. This is 3 days before filming. Do you know how difficult those days before filming is? Everybody's stressed, everybody's freaking, it is crunch time. The way wardrobe works, it is done weeks before the show is supposed to start, not days. Maybe in the last few days there's a few edits, we change a color, we change a little size, we do a little nip, a little tuck, but that's it. Gabby is officially on the shit list. Not only did she make who is 9 months pregnant, drive all the way to her studio in Porter Ranch today at 5 p.m., but she legit left early and isn't available all night to get fitted. I respond, OMG. So we will have to pick her outfit for her and it won't be fitted. It is the biggest fuck you. She canceled on us yesterday too. To get this text and to know that somebody is putting their schedule ahead of a massive production is extremely embarrassing to me, especially that I considered Gabby, I'm not going to say I considered her a friend, I considered our relationship friendly, cordial, I was always kind to her, and it was just really shitty to hear that because everybody else somehow in their busy schedules, including Bretman Rock, who flew from Hawaii, and one of the kindest, most professional people I've ever met and who I consider a friend, he's amazing, he was able to make all his wardrobe appointments. Every single person was, except for Gabby. I don't know. To me, I don't really need to expand upon that. The facts are here. So, the issues surrounding the wardrobe are valid.
Diva.
But the reason why they're valid is because, Gabby, you never showed up to the costume fittings. You didn't respect the team enough to make those appointments. Therefore, yeah, your outfit was a bit ill-fitting. Maybe it was a little tight, but guess what, sweetheart? That's your fault. If the necklace was causing irritation, which you're saying you're only allowed to wear sterling silver, the piece was sterling silver. So I'm very confused as to how you have pus and warts and growths or whatever all along your body. Nobody forced you to wear the necklace. The first time you had an irritation, you could have ripped the necklace off and thrown it into the woods and say, oops, I lost it. Hello? Or just tell wardrobe, this isn't working for me, I'm gonna need to take it off. Nobody forces anybody to wear anything. This is not that type of production.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's talk about the food restrictions on set. In Gabby's video, she's saying that...
No, I spoke about this in my last video, but again, as someone who has struggled themselves with disorderly eating, I think that it is not anyone else's responsibility except for yours. Gabby made such a big song and dance about she needed this amount of protein, this amount of fat, this amount of that, this amount of that, can't have this, has to have this time. Girl, if your life is so strict like that, do it yourself, number one, or hire someone to do it. It is not anyone else's responsibility. So go fuck yourself.
The food issues on set triggered her eating disorders.
My eating disorder was at an all-time peak.
Which, you know, I will be sensitive to that. And if that's the case, I completely respect it and I'm sorry that that happened. However, I will not be lied on saying that there were not options for you.
I'm giving you these very clear
fucking ADHD on the screen.
I need to meet my dietary restrictions.
First things first, weeks before production starts, everybody is sent a shit ton of paperwork.
We heard this from Joey. She didn't do it.
About your preferences, allergies, what you want to eat on set. None of that was filled out. Period. And if you don't fill out the paperwork, how are we supposed to know what you want to eat? So, first day was a bust. She was complaining. However, there were options there. There were always healthy options. As you can see in the...
Also, Uber Eats, Postmate, anything. Again, when I used to do rehearsals for shows, I would order food. Sometimes I'd order a pizza. Sometimes I'd order a salad. You're literally in LA, by the way, just outside LA. The options are insane out there compared to whenever I was in Derry. We'd fuck all. You know what I mean? It's not anyone else's responsibility except for yours. Specifically, if you're refusing to fill out the forms that you need to do.
Trailer footage that I showed you.
How can they know?
If you're not liking what's on set, you can always talk to the kitchen. You can Postmates. There were people Postmating iced coffees because that's not our job to get you iced coffees when you first come to set. The way set works, when you come to set, you go directly into hair and makeup. You'll be doing interviews. You go into wardrobe, etc., etc. It's like going to a job and expecting them to feed you the second you step through the door. That's not how it works.
Literally.
A couple hours on set.
She like ran with the fact that they were friendly and that they're all YouTubers and used it to her advantage, but she deserved to get called out for it. But it's crazy that she started this. Like, she made the expose first.
And then you have lunch, and then you film for a couple hours, and then you have dinner, and then you can film for another couple hours, and you have breakfast, if we run that late. Okay, so now I'm gonna read a couple texts between Gabby and I. This was from February 28th. I said, also, let me know if you want anything in the ETN trailer. I'm having production assistants do shopping this week for snacks/drinks. She never got back to me with anything. All she said was, I need hella healthy shit.
That's true. She never specifically said anything except for healthy.
There were very healthy snacks in the trailer, even though she didn't give me a list of things that she wanted, like everyone else. Everybody else, you know, Colleen said she wanted Coke. Daystorm said he wanted protein shakes. I made sure that everything people wanted was in that trailer. March 12th. This was...
I think if I'm thinking about it, like, what would I ask for? What would you ask for? If you're still watching right now, Daniel, you're working on Escape the Night. And Daniel Preda says, what do you want in your trailer? I'm going to say Red Bull. Okay, am I going to be a diva? Maybe I'll be a diva. I'll be a diva. Okay, just for the fun of it. I need Red Bull in the fridge. And I need an iced matcha with oat milk and vanilla syrup on my arrival. When I'm sitting in that hair and makeup, I need that. Maybe a raspberry vape. I'm kidding. What else would I want? Smoked almonds, for sure. Salted cashews. A chicken Caesar wrap. And it has to be good. Sour Patch Kids, for sure. Fruit. Like a fruit platter, for sure. Carrots and hummus. Like, how much am I asking for here? See how easy this is, Gabby? I'm doing this off the top of my head, but I would go to town on all those things. Maybe Maltesers, but the Maltesers need to be put in the freezer so that they're really cold. I need a lot of water. I need Gatorade. I think I'm good. I think I'm good with that. See, Gabby, that was so easy.
At this point, she had just woken up. I believe she was uploading a video. She says, what's the internet like on set? Better or worse than the hotel? And I said, well, because we're in the middle kind of nowhere on a big ranch, I'd say worse. I can get you a portable router from Target, though, for the trailer. It's okay. The files are almost done. When do we get a meal? This is, I'm assuming, right when she got to set, which nobody eats right when they get to set. Hello, you need it.
She's literally, like, just, like, not wanting to feed herself. She's, like, getting there and being like, I want food. Wah, wah, wah. You're not in middle school.
That's how production works. Let me ask.
Also, yeah, that's such a good point. If you're not coming to set, if you're coming to set and you're, like, gonna struggle to work because you're so hungry. By the way, that text was at, like, 4 p.m. So, at 4 p.m., she is so tired. Or I'm tired right now. She's so hungry that she's sending, when do we get a meal, with a crying emoji. Now, if that were me, I would have already had my coffee. I would have already had lunch.
They said the kitchen doesn't even open till 5, then they'll have to take the orders and prepare them. They're taking orders at 4:30. Here's the set menu and they can...
She goes, my stomach hurts so much from eating shit I'm not supposed to eat. Whose fault's that? Yours.
Make you anything else you'd like. Chips, ground beef, which is a protein, penne and meatballs, sausage, penne and veggies, vegetable curry, beans, strawberry and green salad, fruit. My stomach hurts so bad from eating shit I'm not supposed to.
Your fault.
I say chicken, veggies, etc. Then she continues to talk about her agents. Did my agents tell you guys my meal requirements? And I said, I'm not involved on the food side at all. Want me to reach out to... I'm honestly like on the verge of tears. I'm so specific about food and I've been eating bad shit and feel fat and my stomach hurts from eating literally anything I can with substance. And anyways, I'm not gonna go into detail. The only email I ever got from her team was that she can't have mangoes, no dairy, and no sugar. There are options there. There were options in Crafty. If you wanted to get something else, you could Postmate it to yourself, but I'm assuming that she just did not want to spend any of her own money. But guess what?
That's what it seems like.
This is how production works. We gave you the options, everything was there, the platter was out, and you didn't want to eat anything. Okay, so she continues about the food. I wouldn't be surprised if my agents didn't communicate any of that because they didn't communicate anything with the wardrobe shit either.
I'm so obsessed with her immediately throwing her team under the bus. Like, that just goes to show how much of a nightmare she is and, like, how little she can take responsibility.
So again, she's playing the victim. She's putting her blame on her agents, who, it's not her agent's job to fill out paperwork and tell me what they want. If she doesn't communicate that with them, they're not going to communicate with me. So I'm really not understanding the disconnect here. I said, right, okay, we will get it done. Sorry for the miscommunication on whoever's part. And she said, love you, sorry for being evil, low blood sugar me is the worst version of me. And I said, it's okay, I'm hypoglycemic, I understand. I have some fresh veggies and hummus here, can I make you a plate as a snack? Also going to Whole Foods for a run if I can get you anything. I pulled this completely out of my ass, I wasn't going to Whole Foods.
She literally goes, I had hummus this morning, I need a protein, a fat, and a carb. Or maybe you can make me a salad. The audacity!
I'm like, let me appease Gabby, let me go make her some salads each day, it's not a big deal, even though that was not in my job description, but we didn't have the budget for me to have my own assistant this season, so I'm like, let me just go to Whole Foods, I don't want her to be upset, and I want to bypass any...
Fair fucks for him doing all this. He didn't need to. I would have just killed her off before the show started.
Chicken, black beans, bacon, dried cranberries, and a little blue cheese crumbles, balsamic on the side, please. Okay, want me to grab a few other meals in case for tonight / 2 more salads? Sure, that would be dope. Someone just brought me salmon. So I'm really confused here because clearly these were not shown in her video. I went above and beyond. I worked my fucking ass off on this set. I'm doing jobs I didn't mind doing, but were not in my job description. And I didn't mind doing it because these people were my friends and I did not want to create a toxic atmosphere due to her behavior. So anything that she's saying, this is false. This is a narrative that she's creating to make me look bad and I refuse to stand by that. Also, here's a pic of the salads that I made at Whole Foods. Disregard the pizza here. I was hungry, so I got a little snack, but you can see I made her salads, I got her grape leaves, I got her a bunch of hummus packs, I got her some chicken and rice on the sides, and that is something...
All using his money.
And guess what? I brought those to set. Maybe one was eaten. She was eating everything else on set that was unhealthy. And
the audacity!
That's on you. So the lies regarding the food being triggered because there weren't options is complete bullshit, and I'm not gonna stand for that. There were so many options. Not one other person had an issue with any of the food on set. Was it 5-star? Absolutely not. This is a production. We have catering, we have crafty services, but guess what? That's not what we're here for. This is not a 5-star restaurant or resort. This is a production, and everybody was happy. If somebody wanted something that wasn't there, they had one of their assistants go get it, or a friend, or even I would be like, hey, do we have this? Can we get this for them? You can talk to the kitchen, you can talk to a PA, you can talk to an assistant, you can talk to literally anybody, you can use Postmates, Grubhub, whatever. But this wasn't happening because I truly believe that Gabby loved creating these issues to make it seem like she's the biggest talent on set. Because this is something people do when they're not happy with themselves, when they don't know who they are, and when, frankly, they want drama and they want to create this narrative to be the most popular person on set. Now we're gonna move on to day 3. This is the planned kill. So as some of you guys may know, after 3 days of shooting, the entire production, the set, the cast, the crew, the makeup, the wardrobe departments, assistants, productions, people were yelled at, she went off. She even says that she yelled at people on set, calling people fucking assholes, calling people whatever names, storming off. It was really ridiculous.
So I blew up at the director. I blew up at probably Daniel.
The way she's like telling this story, kind of like defending herself, like, yeah, I blew up at them. I called them all bitches. I called them all like.
Not Joey. I was.
This does not make you look good.
Asshole. One of the producers let it slip that they were like killing me off.
So that day, it was decided that Gabby and Tana would have a double elimination. Tana because she needed to be at the iHeart Radio Awards the next day, and Gabby because of her antics. However, both of them together.
So even Tana Mojo, who at this stage was the worst at showing up to things, was able to make award shows the day after long filming, but yet Gabby can't film a YouTube video if she's been at the set too long. Like,
were not good. Either they were both egging each other on, bringing up shit from the past. I'm not sure, but their relationship was extremely toxic, and I don't believe that they are friends now. I'm not really sure. I'm not super close with Tana. You know, we talk occasionally. I see her here and there, but there's no bad blood there whatsoever. Tana was a nuisance on set of season 2. She was super late, but by season 4, she truly did have a glow up. She was on set. She was ready. She had a great attitude, great work ethic. I can't speak more highly of her, other than her relationship with Gabby, which was causing a lot of friction on set. Again, it's just these two strong, very passionate women who go head to head, and I just think their clash was not good for the other people on set. Okay, so I'm gonna read some text from Gabby. I'm not sure who blank is, but can you please let her know that I haven't been refusing to do interviews, and I was there in full glam for 5 to 6 hours before shooting to do them, and was also waiting at lunch to do them, and every time someone...
It's all about her waiting, and she's been doing so much. Like, girl, please.
That my camp is being told I basically refuse to work. And I said,
Imagine being Gabby Hanna's camp, like...
So either 2:15 today or all day on Monday. Let's talk about the interviews. So the interview portion is like sort of a confessional, which you've seen on other shows. We had to do it in a way that's staggered. So say 2 girls have a call time at 2 p.m. and another 2 have a call time at 4 p.m. The 2 girls will alternate. One will go in hair, one will go in makeup, then one will go in makeup, and one will go in hair. Then they'll both go to wardrobe, and then they'll shoot interviews almost simultaneously or one after another. You either start shooting their interviews before it starts or after filming or on a completely separate day. However, there's like a domino effect. So if somebody's falling behind, you're gonna be like, hey girl, sorry, you need to wait a little bit. We'll get you in an hour. And I guess that was...
But again, this isn't about inconvenience because you're being paid to do all this work. So you're just on a work day. Like, you think you just fell out of a... You think this is bad? Like, go into the office.
A big issue for Gabby because her schedule was extremely important and she needed to be doing so many other things. Again, nobody had this issue. Interviews were not fun. They were long. It's kind of like on RuPaul's Drag Race, those confessionals, those are filmed normally all in one day or after each episode. And it's exhausting. It's tiring, yes, but it's part of the show and it really like...
And you signed up for it.
...worlds together. She said, clearly they are behind. My issue is people telling my team I'm refusing to work. So there were moments where she was told to hurry up and wait for interviews, and there were moments that she didn't want to do the interviews. And you know what? That's part of production. I totally understand that. I'm now going to read a text from one of our executives. So we talked to our talent producer team, and every time she was told to be ready and on stand for the interview, she wasn't ready. Either her hair or makeup wasn't done, or she wanted to eat. The pecking order moved on to the next YouTuber, so naturally, Gabby fell behind in interviews.
So the thing that Gabby is complaining about in her video was a knock-on effect from Gabby being not ready to work. Like, she did everything to herself. It's like, I don't know, it's like running into a table and then crying because I hit my knee.
That's why she is needed. When she was originally asked last night to come in at 2:15 to make up for lost time, she said, oh no, I'm not doing that.
I had an email from my agent saying, Gabby, you can't refuse to do interviews. And I was like, I'm not refusing to do interviews.
So yes, that right there is a refusal to work. That was the only time slot that we had available for you, Gabby, to do your interviews, and you didn't want to do it. So that is refusal of work, and yes, that went back to YouTube, and that went back to your lawyer, and that went back to your agents. And that's why you got the email from your team saying that you're refusing to work, because that right there is proof you were refusing to work, period. I continue to respond. I talked her down. She understands where she...
But also the way she's speaking about them, like telling her agent, this isn't about ratting her out. This is a professional set where she's just not doing the work, and she signed up for the work. She signed a contract, so of course they need to relay that information. This isn't about being catty drama. She also can't get away with this.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I'm so sorry you were in this position. You are always welcome to pull me in. I'm here on set now. That, again, is the conversation I had with one of the executives on the show. So, all in all, the reason why this double kill happened, Tana had to go to an award show, and Gabby was a absolute mess on set. You know, you can mouth off to me, you can treat me however you want, I can take it. I can compartmentalize this because I've worked on many sets. I've worked with everybody from Mariah Carey to Britney Spears to Wendy Williams to Katy Perry. I
loved all three of those original names. Katy Perry, Dr. Luke, really? I saw everyone tag me on the Trisha in the music video. On a song about women empowerment that's produced by Dr. Luke. What the hell was Trisha thinking going on that music video? I just didn't say shit. Everyone was like, Adam, you need to react to this. It's iconic. It's definitely a choice. Anyways, Joyride by Kesha is an amazing song.
I have the experience. I've worked on set. I know what it's like to be an assistant. When I first came to LA, that's what I did. I know what it's like to work 17-hour days for barely any money. And you know, because of that experience, I'm able to be the best talent and the best producer combo ever. I respect everybody on set because I know that it is a team effort and nothing happens because of one person. It is truly an ensemble situation going on here. But my big issue here is not only were you disrespectful to me, you were disrespectful to the crew. And the crew are our family. We've been working on the show for 4 years. We work very closely with each other, and they are like family, and they work extremely hard. So when I have some of my friends who are A-list makeup artists and A-list wardrobers, that really affects me, and it really hurts my heart that somebody is making them feel uncomfortable because they're working their ass off for a rate that is not what they normally make. It is much lower on productions, and most of them were doing it as a favor. We had Lipstick Nick, who is an incredible artist. She was beating so many of the glamour mugs. She's a dear friend of mine, and I'm so lucky to have had her. But when she's making it difficult for these people to do their job, that's where I have a really big issue. And that right there is, in addition, is to why she was killed off the show. Okay, so she was killed off the show. Next.
Also, if Gabby was so miserable on set, why do you want to be on the show for longer? You're already being paid for the bare minimum, by the way.
I want to talk about the key art shoot. Key art is the art for billboards, for thumbnails, for VidCon art, for banners on social media, for buses, bus stops, all that stuff. We were doing press interviews, we were doing BTS interviews. So basically it is
BTS?
Shot at, like, I think it was like Milk Studios or Coyote Studios somewhere. It's a beautiful, massive set where they shoot a lot of movies, fully air conditioned. There's a huge green room. It's much more spacious. People can really do whatever they want. It's normally a 10 to 12 hour shoot day because we're not only shooting singles of each person, we're also shooting the cast together. We're also shooting the reveal. We're just shooting so many things that it's a really busy day, but it's much more low-key. There's not a lot of running around. It's very chill. You can get your Starbucks before you can work. It's very calm and relaxed. So the day before...
Also, something to note is that Gabby was in a position where, and all of them were, where they could do their actual job while they were on this job if they had to, like, wait. You could edit a YouTube video, respond to emails. Like, you're actually in a job where you could actually do something really productive, or you could do something unproductive. Like, it's up to you. There's so many options.
Before the key art shoot, Gabby had another extreme meltdown to me personally. Again, I really wish I did not have to deal with this, but I did. It is not in my job to deal with it. I was verbally harassed. I was attacked. I was demeaned, and she made me cry. At this point, I'm running. It's a few days after the shoot. I've worked the entire month on this. And I don't want to get emotional about this, but I was fucking tired. I was absolutely exhausted. She sent me this voice note, which I will play. I cried. I was bawling my eyes out. I called Colleen. Colleen can stand by this.
I'm sure Colleen loved the idea of you coming to her for drama. Colleen goes, yes! I can shit talk about another woman. Yes!
Not know how to react to this because I've never felt so demeaned and so put down ever in my life, especially by somebody that I considered a coworker somebody who I was friendly with, somebody who I truly did my best to appease and support and be kind to on set. So you may be asking, why did Gabby have a meltdown the day before? And it's because she must have misscheduled something in her own schedule and she could not see her personal trainer and she had to move a music session in a writer's room or something like that during the time that she would be shooting for the billboard. I am now going to read some of the text.
Well, good thing you're not contractually obligated to go to a fucking personal trainer's thing. You know what you are? The Escape the Night.
This was March.
Oh my god, I cannot believe he's gonna play the voice memo. Oh god. He's playing dirty back to her and it's good. It's good.
The day before shooting the billboard. Your team is being really inflexible with the call time, and I have somewhere I need to be in the morning. I didn't realize
being the music studio.
8 to 8:30 p.m. wrap, or I'd never had agreed that the date change would work. I rescheduled my whole life around the first date.
Please, how busy is Gabby Hanna?
Trying my best to be flexible for the third date change, and I know to no one's fault, but I can't keep moving my own projects. Know what I mean? So what she's referencing here, during the few last days of production, we actually had to shut down the entire set because of the Santa Ana winds. We physically could not film anymore. The cranes that were holding the cameras were literally being blown and swaying side to side. So for the safety of the production and all the crew and the remaining talent, we decided to hold 2 days. So everything was kind of pushed by 2 days. I responded, totally, this actually isn't any connection to the show. It's a production company hired by YouTube. We don't work with them. Let me see what I can do. What do you need timing wise? I said I could be back in my place in WeHo by 1, which is already taking 2 hours off what I already was doing. They wanted 10:15. I said I can't do that, and they won't move it at all. So she's giving me a window from 8 to 1, I believe. I'm a little confused. To get her in makeup, to get her in wardrobe, to
8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
other people, to shoot interviews, it's just not realistic. So I responded,
but also, why does she get to only be there from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., but every other YouTuber has to be there all fucking day?
I just called and spoke to the producer of the shoot, and they're trying to work it out. I think I was trying to say you have a hard call time, which means like you have to be there a certain time to be on camera. So it's difficult as you need an hour and a half for hair and makeup and 30 minutes for wardrobe. To which we responded, I get dressed in 5 minutes, the fuck. I'm going to leave this for Andrew, which is her agent at CAA, because I have no pull at all here, babe. And then she responds, well, then I'll show up when I can show up because Andrew is useless and they treat me like trash. So IDK, man, I have a commitment.
God, she's so awful. And also the way she's speaking about her team is so degrading.
Commitment was going to the gym. They can wrap me earlier and I can get to where I need to be with it.
Again, that's just so crazy the way that she prioritizes her time and thinks she's so much more important than everyone else. Think of how many people are on that damn show and had to wait around all day. Even Tana Mojo. Like, how the fuck did you persuade Tana Mojo to wait around all day? Because she was getting paid for it.
In business hours, but I can't do a full 10 to 11 hours tomorrow. JK, that doesn't work. My trainer isn't around except my normal time. Dude, don't think I can make it. Sorry, they're being super inflexible and there's only so much I can do. So at this
a personal trainer.
point, Gabby's saying that she's not going to come to the billboard shoot. And I'm fucking furious. There are tears in my eyes because I'm absolutely over emotional. I'm exhausted. I haven't slept in days and this is just not going to fly for me. So this is me snapping. Gabby, you know how this shoot works. You've been on the show before. It's a massive production for the billboards, trailer, artwork, marketing, etc. You are a huge part of the show, and it's unfortunate this is even an issue. Again, I have zero qualms from anyone else, even someone who has to breastfeed a newborn. I understand you are busy, but at this point, I feel extremely disrespected and sense this is sabotage. You are contractually obligated to be at the shoot. Friendship set aside, I have gone above and beyond to do my best to make things easier for you during production, but I'm at my line. If you'd like to be part of this beautiful marketing with our fellow amazing cast, we look forward to seeing you on set. If not, that's your decision and I'll let YouTube handle this situation moving forward.
That's the craziest thing, that she was willing to ruin this relationship over this show, but who's in charge of the show? YouTube. What is her job? YouTube. Like, that's ballsy.
To which she responds, honestly, Daniel, I asked to come in an hour or two later so I don't ruin the project project I'm in the middle of. If you think that's sabotage after you and Joey literally killed me off for wanting healthy meals and standing up for myself when no one was making it happen, I'm just confused, lol. I think there's a lot lost in translation, I respond. Everyone wants you at the shoot. I would love to be able to accommodate pushing a few hours for you, but this isn't possible. It's a domino effect. If we push you, we push every other talent, photographer, editor, etc., costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's an annoying part of these massive shows, and I'm sorry it's not really adjustable this late in the game. This is now 7:30 p.m. the night before the shoot. I'm stressing, I'm talking to executives, I'm talking to YouTube, I'm talking to people's lawyers, people's agents. None of this is in my job description, and I'm doing it because I want to fix this issue, and I have direct communication.
This is so ridiculous.
So Gabby then sent me a voice
Oh,
which
God.
I'll play right now. It's basically reiterating everything, but I just want to show you guys. It's also 3 minutes long. I've never sent a voice note longer than a minute, so...
I've sent some long voice memos in my day. The fact, you know what's brilliant is that he still has this voice memo. I don't know if it was a feature back then that they automatically deleted. I know it is now, but I never normally save voice memos. So I need to start saving them just on the off chance that I need to expose someone.
This was even sent is completely deranged, but it's basically reiterating everything that she had said before.
I'm nervous to hear this.
And now you guys have the facts here, and you actually...
Also, the fact she didn't talk about any of this in her video.
I'm reading this and like actually chuckling to myself because it's honestly unreal. I have gone above and beyond, and I have sat there for hours in complete full glam when I knew I was not needed that early and did not get my interviews done, and then had people lie to my agent and say I was refusing to work. That is ridiculous. Now, you guys rescheduled the shoot multiple times, and I have rescheduled my schedule multiple times. I have a conflict. I didn't realize that this was going to be an 8 to 9 hour day. Colleen is saying the same thing. She's freaking out because nobody can understand why this is this long of a day. The production...
I'm going to pause this right here for a sec. She doesn't know that Colleen is one of my best friends, and I was on the phone with her. Colleen knows exactly how this shoot works. She's had multiple shows of her own. She's toured the...
Not anymore.
She knows exactly what key art shoots entail, and this was not a non-issue for her. She even brought her assistant Corey with her.
Not anymore as well.
Her whole family was there. She had her own little green room where she could breastfeed. So I'm not sure where she's thinking that lying using an amazing person like Colleen is gonna get her. I'm very confused here, but I digress. Let's continue.
Is extremely inefficient. I know that I'm going to go sit there for hours and hours and hours and hours when realistically it should take a couple of hours. I have something that I have scheduled, a project that I've already rescheduled multiple times now. I have to work around other people's schedules for that too. If you guys can't be flexible by 2 hours after the bullshit that you guys put me through, I would love to send you pictures of my back and the hives on my neck, my ears, and my chest, and the extreme bloody pussy breakouts I had when nobody listened to me about being allergic to jewelry. I'd like to send you the photos of the bruises and cuts from my bleeding...
Girl! Give it a rest, mama.
...wrist from the rope that you guys tied around my wrist, and I sat there for literally 35 to 40 minutes.
I'm gonna pause it again. So during one of the scenes, Gabby was tied to a chair in the dining room of season 4, and there was somebody across the table from her that was also tied to a chair, and that was me. Every season I have a little Easter egg character. I was in full prosthesis. I was a caveman, a pretty gorgeous one if I do say so myself, and I was tied with that same rope. I was tied by the same person in the exact same way.
Ooh, gag her.
It is not real rope. There were no cuts on me. Unfortunately, I did not show my wrist. I didn't take pictures, but you know what? Maybe her skin is extremely sensitive and maybe she was scratched up a bit, but there were no cuts, there was no pus, there was no bleeding of the wrists, and it was not 40 minutes long. We filmed maybe 3 takes and we filmed in about 20 minutes. So again, I'm just not seeing the connection here.
When the cameramen weren't even in the room to film, I had to be sitting there tied up with not even prop rope, real actual rope that bruised and cut my fucking wrist for no reason.
The fact she's saying this when Daniel was the other person who was tied up is not lost on me as well, by the way.
It's bullshit, Daniel. I have gone above and beyond for you guys. So for you to send me that message when I'm saying, hey, I need to come an hour or two later because I've already rescheduled this 3 times and I have to be there and I'm depending on other people, that to me is absolutely disrespectful. I feel so disrespected when the only things I've ever asked for was a costume to fit, which again...
A costume to fit? And it didn't fit because you did not come to the wardrobe fittings, Gabby.
Oh my god.
To verify that information, Rosanna Pansino, I'll pop it up here, she tweeted on Twitter, she did not attend 2 out of the 3 of her fittings, and then she made a grown woman who is 9 months pregnant come to her music studio in Porter Ranch, which is a ways out of Los Angeles, and fit her, and then she still left early. So there's your reasoning there.
This year it did not. And to be warm when everybody else is running around and...
You had the option to be warm. You were given the option for a large overcoat, but you did not want to wear that because you wanted the beautiful garment to be seen.
Fur and coats, and I'm in a sheer silk garb that was being specifically made for me so that I could have warmth, to wear jewelry that I'm not allergic to, so that I don't have...
The jewelry situation, I'm not talking about this again. If you didn't want to wear the necklace, you didn't have to.
hives and pussy things going on.
God, she's so dramatic.
So there's a cream for that.
Back in my neck and my ears, and to have healthy meals.
You guys, I've given all the receipts about the meals. This is a fabrication, so I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you guys are seeing... let me know if you guys are seeing something that's not there, because I went above and beyond several times. I went out... Before cameras were up at 7 p.m., I went out at 7:30 to make her salads myself. And guess what? They weren't even eaten.
It's just really frustrating, like, to have done all this and then it's still not good enough. Like, I shouldn't even be doing this in the first place. Like, fuck you. I'm gonna run to pee because this has been long and I've been drinking a lot of water, so I'll be right back. I'm back.
It'd be nice if you guys didn't lie to my agent and say that I was refusing to work when I'm literally sitting there. Daniel, you were sitting there when they came in 100 times and said, Gabby, get ready for your interview.
Like I said, hurry up and wait. She was refusing to work, as shown in the text previously.
By the way, I don't think Daniel had to say much more than this, like, showing this information, like, even the first couple things, because I think it's very clear to the audience what is going on here, and it's ridiculous that anyone... I don't think anyone actually sided with Gabby, so I'm not even going to say that.
I got ready for my interview, and nobody came and got me for my interview. And that's going to be relayed as I refuse to do my interviews and have my agent telling me that I'm refusing to work. So I'm sorry if everybody, like, first of all, had way less to complain about. And I'm sorry if...
You're right. Everybody did have way less to complain about. Frankly, there were no other complaints because everybody's a professional and likes to fill out paperwork and notifies us of anything they may need on set, or they take it into their own hands or have an assistant or a manager handle it, unlike you.
They all make their managers and agents do it, or just talk shit about you and Joey behind your back instead of saying it to you.
Again, her trying to push people against me or say that other people are talking shit. I'm a very direct and blunt person, so I will always come to you, and you can always come to me, and everybody knows that about me.
And demanding the respect of...
I would love to see Gabby on, like, a normal production where the producer was not, like, close to her like Daniel was, because they would have her fired, sued.
They want, instead of bitching about it behind your back, which maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's Hollywood. Maybe you're supposed to bitch behind people's backs in Hollywood. But if I'm sitting there and I'm uncomfortable and, like, I have very minimal, simple requests, like, hey, can I please not be
simple requests
weather and just silk this year? Can I please move my arms this year? Can I please, like, wear jewelry that I'm not allergic to this year? And all of those things are ignored. I'm sorry. That is unbelievable to me that you just spoke to me like that.
So there's that. I mean...
It's unbelievable that you just spoke to me like that. She is a lot.
You know, I think that I don't really need to say anything anymore. I've put out all of the truth. The texts are there. I have no reason to lie. I'm not pushing an agenda. I'm not pushing a series. I'm not here on a PR crisis tour to justify my behavior or to tell people I'm mistreated. It just sucks. So I hope you guys can realize, like, how that affected me. It's not making me cry right now, but in that moment I was extremely tired, and I've just never been disrespected like that before. And there were
it sucks after putting yourself through so much to, like, pander towards her.
It really just fucked with me, and it made me feel like, oh shit, you're actually not good at your job, and it made me second guess myself. When I know that I'm an incredible producer, and I know that I'm talented, and I know that I work my ass off, and I know that I go above and beyond. Okay, so at this point, after that, I reached out to another executive. I explained the situation. Gabby said she was not going to be able to show up to the set. However, she is contractually obligated to be on the set. So after this situation, I contacted another executive and I explained the situation, to which he responded, "Do you think I should call her attorney to get him to get her to go? It's in her contract she would be at the key art." And I respond, "Absolutely, let's try everything. What are your thoughts?" Then she responded, "Also, I'm talking to Steven now. He's head of marketing at YouTube. He is wondering if we hire a body double, shoot the double, and put her head on if she doesn't show." And I respond, "Yes."
That is so crazy that they even have to consider this. And also, what a fuck you to every other talent that was there, that they show up for the entire thing, but they can get a body double for Gabby because she's refusing to show up. It's ridiculous.
Then the executive responds, "Her attorney is just getting into this now, just hung up. I said we can offer her a body double, we can digitally alter her image on, she can have approval, etc. if she absolutely cannot make it. He knows this is in her contract and she agreed to it. Steve, her attorney, just talked to her. She said she will be there. She is going to call her agent to let him know she will as well. In case she does not show up, I have cold open booking a body double just in case. Planning for the worst here, all will be okay." So at this point, she's been threatened by her lawyer, she's been talked to by her agent, everything's contractual, so she will be showing up.
Also, just how awful is that then when she shows up? Because it's super awkward because she's basically said how she doesn't want to be there.
Hopefully. So later that night, I get a text from Gabby. I'm assuming after everything happened. "I'm telling you right now that if I snap, no one can say anything to me. I have to eat healthy meals at 1:30 p.m. and another at 7:30, 8 p.m. no matter what we're shooting. I'm on a very strict diet and exercise regimen, and I have to eat in those hours, and it has to be a full, healthy meal with enough calories because those are the only times I eat all day. I've already relayed that, but I also relayed it before we started shooting, and no one cared. So maybe you and Joey make sure it's heard so I'm not killed off in the marketing shoot. Lol." Was supposed to sound funny, but prob bitchy in writing, so read it as a joke. To which I respond, "Sounds like a plan. Please let me know via a list what you would like to eat for those meals, and I'll make sure it's there. Production deems healthy as chicken and veggies, so I want to make sure you have exactly what you need. Let me know when you can." Okay, hi back. Chicken, fish, veggies, sweet potato, black beans, salad. But like their dry lettuce and 2 1x1 strips of meat ain't enough because I'm only eating twice a day. I need a full ass meal. I'm coming straight from my trainer, so I'm gonna be hangry as hell. I'm doing intermittent fasting, so I better be a Barbie by April 12th. As long as there's a healthy fat, a healthy carb, and a protein, it should be fine, and enough calories. Gotcha, I'll have that available for you.
He's being so, like, generous to her. If someone had ever texted me that list of things, I'd be like, "Sorry I didn't get your text. But hey, thanks for showing up."
But you can dress it as you like. Sound good?
The fact she just says lovely as well is so rude.
This is completely delusional behavior. I've worked with everybody, and I've never met anybody who acts like this. If you want something so specific, Gabby, you bring it yourself to
or organize it.
This is not my job to feed you like this. If you're being difficult and you have like this regimen, I don't know, I didn't know if you're a female bodybuilder or what the situation is, take it into your own hands. Like an adult. Like the 30-something old woman that you are. So all in all, I spent that night making her meals again. Unfortunately, I don't have proof of that and I don't have pictures because I never thought I would have to make this video and I never thought I would need to. But as you guys can see, before I did it, and I did it again because I didn't want to have issues. So on the day of the key art shoot, she did show up. Not only did she show up herself, but she brought her disgusting behavior on set. I felt I was like walking on eggshells the entire day. I was complimenting her, wanted to make her feel confident, telling her she looked beautiful, which she did. But the thing is, again, she was making people uncomfortable. This point, we had a massive room. Everybody was spread out a little bit, but makeup was still in its little section. All the girls were getting their makeup done. There were people being pulled for shoots, people being pulled for interviews. We were doing some of the billboard moments, shooting
this is so stressful.
Solos and then shooting people together. It's easier to shoot people solos than basically put them in together in editing afterwards. However, one of the main issues that early afternoon was in the makeup room when all the girls were getting their makeup, wardrobe was popping in and out. A production assistant, who was this lovely girl, I don't remember her name unfortunately, came in and told Gabby that they're gonna need her on set in 5 minutes. She comes back 5 minutes later. She's like, hey, Gabby, sorry, we're going to have to push you another 20 minutes. We're still running a little behind. The girl turns her back, and Gabby scoffs in a very loud way, you dumb fucking cunt. I have multiple women. I have multiple people who hurt her. Not only myself, because I was...
What?
I have seasoned makeup artist. I have wardrobe artist.
What?
Rosanna Pansino was in the room. I'm sure that there were other talents in the room that heard this as well. There is never an appropriate...
Oh my... Like, that is something that is just so fucking disgusting. And then to have the audacity to make an exposed video on how your experience was so bad, you made everyone's life hell. To speak to anyone like what the
time to use that sort of language to anyone, let alone somebody who's on the crew, somebody who's on the cast, to another woman. It is never appropriate. It is disgusting behavior. It is unprofessional, and it truly shows who you are as a person. And I don't think Gabby even really remembers that, but a lot of other people do, including Rosanna Pansino, myself, multiple makeup artists who are friends of mine, and other crew members and cast members who were in the room at the time. I don't need to name names. It happened. It's a fact.
I fucking believe it.
Do with that what you will. At this point, the behavior was exactly the same as it was.
And also, Gabby literally was like, well, I was the bitch on set and I was shouting at people and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so when we hear this, we know that it's true.
During filming week, Gabby was done about 70 to 80% of her work, and I made the executive decision, as well as other people on the production, to cut her. I said, you know what? We got what we needed for the most part. Let's send her home. So I played it cool. I said, hey, Gabby, we're done with you. You can actually go home, to which she left. We were not actually finished, but I did not want to continue this treatment to anyone on set. It was just creating a absolute toxic environment, which is it's not cool, and it's not supposed to be the case. Wrap days and shoot days like that are supposed to be fun. Everybody's supposed to have a good time. We're all chilling.
That's the thing about like the key art day when you're like filming promo stuff, because it's so relaxed. It's kind of like the thing before like the release, or like the release party or the wrap party or something. It kind of is a wrap party in a way. You're still working, but it's like the last day where it's really low stress. You get to just hang out, chill. So the fact that that was too bad for her, like,
it's supposed to be like kind of like a party.
It confirms how bad she was on set.
Remember, if you guys are fans of the show and have watched the show, we did a cast reveal video. This was a scene where everybody was shot in their glass cases. The video, it was kind of like a promo video. I'll pop it in here. And as you can see, Gabby's character is set way in the back, and her hand and the dress is covering her face. And the reasoning behind that is, that wasn't actually Gabby. That was Megs Cahill, who is an incredible makeup artist on set. I believe she did Tana and Gabby.
Wow.
I asked her personally to get into Gabby's wardrobe, because they were the same height and sizing-ish, and to stand in that box, and she did, thankfully. So that's why we sent Gabby home, because I knew that she would have an issue with that. We had to stand in the box for like an hour while stills were taken, and Joey walked around and flashed the torch and everything. It was beautiful, but that's the reason why she's set way in the back and her face is being covered. Let's talk about the next 6 to 8 months after the shoot. The show debuted at VidCon July 11th to a fantastic reception. We did press and promo there. It was amazing.
Wow, his outfit here is loud. Okay, Gabby is in this cast photo down at the corner. We see the billboards, everything.
Such a moment at VidCon. We're debuting the first episode. There's so many fans. We have merch. We have everybody on stage from cast doing interviews. I actually hosted the on-stage interview with everybody. It was such a fantastic time, and to see all of you guys out there in the crowd was just epic.
God, I miss what VidCon used to be. It's nothing like this anymore.
Feeling that I love. So I truly was forgetting about all the other bullshit. I set it aside and enjoyed that moment, and it was so great. The show did so well. It was such a fun project, and you guys clearly loved it. I mean, it's done just so well on the platform. So the show debuted July 11th and ran until, I believe, the beginning of September. And then we also had the Escape the Night escape room for the month of August here in Beverly Hills, which was a total blast.
Sponsored by The Sims 4 is crazy.
I really had to watch my behavior. I couldn't speak out on things. I had to walk on eggshells. I was kind, I was warm, I was a friend, and I truly did not feel comfortable speaking up because I did not want my words reflecting on the network or reflecting on Joey or anybody from Escape the Night. So I really just held my tongue about everything, and I was scared to speak up. You know that Gabby is a very volatile person online. Her reputation does precede her, and I just did not want a part of that. So I played it cool, and I was courteous, and I was me. I was professional.
Also, what's really irritating about this is that Daniel was put through the shitter by Gabby, and then yet he's the one that still has to tread lightly, not ruin the project by upsetting her, and it's like, he's the one that should be upset. This story's so, like, telling about Gabby and so unforgiving, like...
I'm gonna briefly now touch on the home makeover series that I did with Gabby.
You literally were just in my home decorating it for content.
So she enlisted me around, I think sometime in the summer. She had just gotten a new house. I pushed it aside for a little bit because I was out of town. And then in September or October, I went in and I designed a space in her living room. Now, this was supposed to be a massive series with other large creators doing a room in Gabby's house. I'm not going to name names because I just don't want to get other people involved, but a dear friend of mine who is a massive DIY and lifestyle channel on YouTube was supposed to do another room, and she just felt extremely uncomfortable with Gabby's behavior. She did not have any creative control, so she pulled out completely. I was going to do the same, but I also didn't want to have any backlash from her if I had pulled out. So let's talk about the collab. I never did a video on my channel. The video on her channel was just completely erratic and a mess. You guys know I do home content here on YouTube. It's very put together. It's vlogging and professional style footage and educational and DIY adjacent. It was nothing like that. It is nothing of the sort. I wasn't really even in the thumbnail. My face was not showcased. I didn't gain anything from it. I wasn't paid for it. It was not even a collaboration. It was basically a brand deal for Gabby to outfit her home in a lot of things from certain brands. So there wasn't any creative control from me. I was essentially a handyman. I did create a mood board with things that I liked from the brands and the way that I wanted the room to be built, but at the end of the day, she picked what she wanted, and I was just there to install it. And again, like, I didn't get anything out of it.
And again, this was during the time, I think, when Escape the Night was airing, so I don't blame him at all for doing this video if she asked. What would she have done if he said no? Killed him?
And I wanted to do it because I loved
Made a series on him? Oh wait, she did that.
at that time. And then briefly, I'm going to talk about the Christmas party.
I reached out to Daniel because he tweeted something about Santa's naughty list not coming to the Christmas party this year or something.
So every year, Joey and I have a massive Christmas party. It's, you know, it's just a fun time to get everybody together, people that we've worked with, people that we want to be friends with, fellow YouTubers, actors, models, musicians, whatever. It's an eclectic group of people. We have this huge Christmas party. We had snow blown into the front of our driveway so you could go sledding. There was a bar, there's food, there's catering, there's a big like white elephant party. Every year we're known for our Christmas party. And of course, everybody wants to come because it's such a gorgeous time. However, during that time, December-ish, Gabby was going through a massive drama. I'm not really sure which one it was. There's too many to account for. But I never actually invited her. But she is referencing a tweet. I was just being funny saying, it looks like the naughty... I'm not going to go digging for the tweet. But it was something funny like, oh, Santa's going to see who's naughty and nice. I'm checking my guest list and checking it twice or something like that. Basically,
which obviously isn't that deep.
Some people from the party. She texted me asking if it was her. At the time, I was like, no, I don't think so. And then the next week, something else happened, so I didn't even send her an invite. I also didn't invite Trisha because she was going through a drama at the time, like she always is. I've known Trisha for a very long time. We have a friendly relationship. However, she's also in a lot of dramas and has said a lot of shit about my friends, and I just didn't want that energy there.
Which is ironic, because probably who was at the party? Colleen Ballinger. Why does that logic not stick up for her? Is she coming to the party this year, Daniel? Probably, actually.
She completely understands and respects that. She knows how this works. I didn't want other people feeling uncomfortable, so there's really no game here. I just didn't invite Gabby, and I didn't invite Trisha.
Also, just because he has a party doesn't mean they have to come.
Into that own predicament, so it's not that big of a deal. I just didn't want to make our guests uncomfortable in any type of way, and I wanted to have a great...
Also, if he was treading lightly whenever he would see you in public, why the fuck would he want you to be at his fun party? You're not good to be around. Like, stay over there.
Have fun, and we did just that. And really, that's it. This has been, I can't even say it's been freeing because I really have let go of this situation, but it's really nice to be able to put my truth out there. Not even my truth, it's the truth. This is the truth. You know, there are,
and I believe him.
Every story, but here are the concrete facts. You have them. I'm known for being outspoken. I'm always going to be honest, and I'm never afraid to say the unpopular opinion, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. But you know what? For a long time, I was afraid because I was scared of being canceled.
He was petrified. Can't think without him. Somebody I made by my side.
2020 and 2021 have been such eye-opening times for me. I'm not afraid of that anymore because I truly believe that you guys respect my view and respect my voice of being outspoken and being honest. Take with this video what you may. I'm not gonna ever address this again. I'm over it. I have never been a shit talker. I never start shit, but I will finish shit.
I don't believe that he's not a shit starter, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And Gabby, you are extremely out of line. So I know that this video was structured in a way that really hits every single point that Gabby does in her video. And I always truly believe that my words are much stronger than how they can come off on camera. I hope I did a good job at vocalizing everything and explaining every situation and having this be really educational. I'm not trying to drag anyone, I'm not trying to cancel anyone, but I am also not gonna be lied on. And I'm also not gonna have my name be dragged through the mud. And a production company that I work with and my ex and the show, we've worked so hard to create this. We've worked with so many incredible creators, and I don't have...
You have to defend it, yeah.
...about anyone else. Yeah, there's been a few like iffy moments here and there. We've worked it out, but nothing that requires this much attention. I did write a little something that I'm gonna share with you guys. It's just a little note to Gabby, and I think that'll really wrap up this video. Dear Gabby, it's unfortunate that you continue to manipulate and use scare.
I feel like I shouldn't be hearing this. This is like an intimate moment. Okay, this is a 2-minute little speech at the end. Take the floor, take the floor.
In this series as a last-ditch effort to salvage what is left of your online influence. Continuing to play the victim card while never truly fully taking accountability of your unprofessional and disgusting behavior on set, to cast, crew, and lastly myself, while withholding the truth is beyond embarrassing. As outspoken and blunt as I always have been, I walked on eggshells for the past year post-filming. I did not want to upset you in any way and believed you would attempt to sabotage the show or not fulfill your contractual obligations to get revenge if I had been upfront and honest with you at the time. I was scared to speak out due to fear of being attacked and canceled, or my words reflecting poorly on my partner or network affiliates. This seems to be a common theme online, bullying others into submission. I have moved on from this. I have grown, and I'm grateful to constantly be working in the industry that I love so much. I have personally apologized on your behalf to the cast and crew and dozens of makeup artists, wardrobe stylists, producers, director, and executives that you have hurt so deeply, and I hope that one day you are able to do the same. I have accepted your half-baked apology, which to me means nothing. However, your actions will never be forgiven. This is a tough industry, and while I believe you may have some talent, your reputation precedes you.
May have some talent.
Chance of a successful future career is shrouded by the narcissistic behavior and burnt bridges of the past. I hope you are able to seek the help you truly need to heal your heart and soul and find happiness in your life. And that's that.
Whoa. Okay, we will end it there. I really want to look at... Let me move this over. I want to look at the comments on this video. The top comment is, the fact that Tana acted more professional than Gabby speaks volumes. Someone said, I have ADHD. You know what else I have? Respect and manners. Someone commented, I directed Gabby's first music video in 2017 for Out Loud. Can confirm she's the meanest person I've ever met. I'm an attorney and my clients here in jail do not complain this amount of time. Wow. Okay, again, I just can't believe that she would start this considering how much she did that she could be called out for. Like, did she want this to happen? Well, obviously not if she deleted the series. Also, it's not lost on me that her video got like a couple 100,000 views, and this video from Daniel got 6 million and Joey's got 6.4. That's a crazy ratio. Okay, we will draw the curtains on this. I think this video from Daniel is one of my favorite exposes ever. I think it is brilliant. I think it is genius. I think the way it's laid out is perfect. I think he did such a good job with this video. It's definitely one for the books. It's definitely one for the books. All right, Muckers, I will see... Hello, Muckers. I will see you in my next video. I hope you're all doing very well. Please make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye. Hi, Rosanna Pansino. We're talking about you. I know you're very excited for this. Hello, Muckers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, there is one piece of lore that we are missing in the Gabby Hanna Escape of the Night, and it has to do with our favorite, Rosanna Pansino. Now, I want to give you a little bit of background on Rosanna Pansino because I have a very interesting opinion / conflicting opinion with Rosanna Pansino. Now, if you know, Rosanna is relatively known as a very unproblematic YouTuber. Like, let me pull up her Instagram just for all of you right now so you can see who we are talking about. Like, this is Rosanna Pansino. She's basically known as being, like, she does, like, the cooking books and the cooking videos and stuff, and she's been around on the platform for a very, very, very long time. She's basically known as, like, one of those, like, unproblematic, like, wholesome, you know, never has done a bad thing in her life YouTubers, and that's fine. Oh, I'm gonna turn my fan on. That would be amazing. Oh my god, wait, pause. I need my fan on. I'm roasting already. It's hot in Brighton right now. Okay, gorgeous. Now I am very cold. I love it. Okay, so yeah, she's known like that, and she has been on the platform for a very, very, very long time, as I had said. She never really has been involved in drama, to give her credit, and she's kind of stayed in her own lane. Now, last year, if you remember, Rosanna Pansino spoke out. By the way, this is all going to relate to the Joey graceffa, Daniel Preda, Gabby Hanna thing, but just let me get there first. So if you're aware, last year, I think it was last summer, Rosanna Pansino spoke out against Mr. Beast and accused him of faking his videos because she had partook in one of them, and it was like they were in like a big stadium and they were playing hide and seek, and she was accusing him of kind of getting her out of it earlier than she was or later than what she was. It doesn't even matter. It was also just like, with no shade, it was like so unnecessary of a drama because it like blew up, and ultimately she wasn't even the winner in the end, so she was just kind of complaining about being like second or third place or whatever it was, right? I didn't really care for it. And I made a video on it, and as this is my YouTube channel, I gave my opinion on it, and I said that it didn't seem like that big of a deal to me because she wasn't going to win the cash prize either way. But obviously, she had a different perception of it, and that's fine. She went on a lot of podcasts talking about it. She was talking with Trisha Paytas on the Just Trish podcast about it. She went on H3, I'm pretty sure. She basically was talking about it on all these different social media platforms. And for me, it just seemed like there's so many things to call Mr. Beast out for that I don't like about him. Specifically things that he did during the pandemic with, like, I'm pretty sure taking different loans out that, anyway, we talked about that before. I just thought that it was a little bit unnecessary. But again, that is her perception. That is her drama. You know, she can talk about it, and that's fine. I respected it. I still talked about it. I just gave my opinion on it. If anything, I was still highlighting what she had to say. Now, Rosanna Pansino to me is a very weird one because she, as I said, is known for not being involved in drama. Now, for someone who's not been involved in drama, she sure does kind of hang out in my comment section a lot, as much as a couple days ago. And it kind of bothers me that anytime I talk about Rosanna, people have this, like, cotton candy, like, glaze over her. That sounds very weird. Where, you know, she can... Well, Rosanna would never be involved in drama. I'm like, why is she hanging out in my YouTube comment section then? So after the Mr. Beast video, she DM'd me last year and said, hey, Adam, thanks for covering my story. I'd love to chat with you sometime if you're open to it. Now, I was going through a lot whenever this was sent to me, and I honestly just didn't open it. As you can see, I still haven't accepted the message. Now, since then, there have been many instances of Rosanna responding to comments under my videos or things to do with my videos, which is fine, but it's just kind of like, if your entire brand is not being involved in drama and stuff, I'm like, why are you hanging out in my comment section? But number one, that's number one. Number two, okay, so this is why I wanted to talk about this. We've been talking about the Gabby Hanna Escape the Night, and one of the people that spoke out in this was Rosanna Pansino. She did a tweet, and it was called In Regards to Gabby Hanna's Video, and she basically defended Joey and Daniel, which we're going to talk about, right? So tell me why I made a video a couple days ago where I reacted to, it was either Gabby's video or Joey's response to Gabby. And Rosanna Pansino is responding to all of the comments on my video promoting her upcoming podcast. Girl, go away. What the fuck? Like, it really, I was like, and Rosanna, I know you're watching this, and I know if you comment Rosanna's name fucking in the comments 3 times, she'll appear. I was like, what are you doing? Like, so, sorry, my Muckers Finsta has been going crazy today if you want to go and follow it. So basically, someone said, legend has it, if you say Rosanna's name 3 times in the comments, she'll appear and tell you about her podcast. Now, this is what she was doing. So I was getting notified each comment she was doing, right? She's on my video where I talk about her for literally probably 10 seconds maximum. Maybe that's a bit dramatic. Maybe like 15 seconds or something like that. And she is responding to everyone. And she's going, I will talk about this and what actually happened on my future podcast. She's like, I'm building the set and blah, 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 blah. And then she's responding to someone else and being like, I'll talk about this on my future podcast. Lots to cover. She did that. And then there was another one as well talking about her podcast. And I'm like, why are you in my comment section promoting your upcoming podcast where you're going to be talking about drama, but your entire brand when you spoke about the Mr. Beast thing is that you don't like being involved in drama? I don't like the hypocrisy. I do not like the hypocrisy. And I know that this isn't going to be a very popular take because Rosanna is known as one of these really unproblematic creators, and that's fine. But I'm just like, under the gauge of, I don't like being involved in drama, I will never talk bad about people and stuff like that. Why are you in my comment section where I barely mention you? The video was not even about you in any way, and you're promoting your podcast in which you're going to be talking about drama. Girl, it's annoying to me because it's like, anytime I talk about her, literally the response is always like, why are you talking about her? She's so unproblematic. And I'm like, this girl is in my comment section promoting her upcoming version of Just Trish, Just Rosanna. So anyways, we all can't wait for the upcoming podcast, Rosanna. Thank you so much for taking it upon yourself to promote it under so many, this is only some of the, under so many comments on my videos. I was getting so notified and I started deleting them as they were like, I was just annoyed. I was like, this is so frustrating because anytime I've talked about you being involved in drama and the fact you've talked about drama a lot recently, I get criticism and I'm like, ooh. Anyways, let's read what she said about Joey and Daniel. I just want to give you a little bit of lore on how I feel about Rosanna Pansino. I'm not the biggest fan. Also, the reason I'm not the biggest fan is because she was a big Colleen defender, didn't say anything, but obviously that's just my personal opinion. And obviously it's great that you're on an Adam McIntyre video where I'm like, this is my, like, I'm not trying to just give you the news unbiased. How boring would that be? I'm giving you my opinion with it. Sorry, I just see at the side of the screen that I literally have Gabby Hanna blocked on Twitter. I'm pretty sure she has me blocked back. This is so unproductive. She has me blocked and I have her blocked. Also, she's been posting a lot of Christian TikToks recently. I'm like, okay. Anyways, so Rosanna Pansino said, so this is the ending of the Escape the Nightmare situation. Rosanna said, Joey and Daniel were extremely patient and accommodating during filming season 3 and season 4 of Escape the Night. So she was on season 3 and season 4. Gabby was on season 2 and season 4. I personally witnessed them both try to take care of every single cast member more than any other set I've been on in 14 years. Is that including the Mr. Beast one? Sorry. They both even paid out of their own pocket to make sure we had the nicest trailer with everything we requested, which Daniel showed proof of. The crew was also very professional, organized, and hardworking. I don't like drama. I would just appreciate if someone was honest. So she doesn't like drama. The podcast is coming soon, by the way, if you didn't get it from the last one. Rosanna Pansino. All right. I don't like drama, but Gabby's video paints an untruthful picture of what happened. Much of it is simply false. Number 1, Gabby did not come to the 3 wardrobe fittings before filming. At 2 of my fittings, I was told Gabby was supposed to be there that day, but didn't show up. She chose not to go at all, so the wardrobe department did their best to make a costume without being able to see her. Now, this story has now been validated by Rosanna Pansino, Joey Graceffa, and Daniel Preda. Now, I didn't even need that many eyewitnesses to believe that Gabby Hanna would act that way. By the way, I posted the Daniel video yesterday. I had so much fun filming it. I've told you how much I love that video from Daniel. The response from all of you were like, this was like a crazy time online. Like, why did she do that? And then get like absolutely trumped by all of them. She chose not to go at all, so the wardrobe department did their best to make a costume without being able to see her. I too had some issues with my wardrobe, but was able to work with the production team to get them to resolve them at the fittings. Okay, next one. So that's a story that has now been confirmed by 3 people. Number 2, the entire cast was sent a dietary restrictions request form days before filming. Every single request I made on the form was taken care of by Joey and Daniel, which Daniel has proved to us time and time again. I personally heard Gabby tell Joey the first day of filming, I didn't fill that out, I hope that's okay. Now we have video proof of Gabby Hanna filming that out on day 1 of filming. Daniel Preda showed us that. So there we go, another eyewitness. So there's nowhere for Gabby to go, which is probably the reason that she deleted the video. Keep in mind, meals are ordered before production begins, so everything is ready ahead of time. That is the time to make dietary requests or bring your own food. And she makes a really good point here, which is basically saying bring your own food if you have that many dietary restrictions, or you're that, you know, picky with food or dietary. Like, she made it perfect. Yeah. Do it yourself if it's that deep. Number 3, I also personally witnessed Daniel leaving set to go get Gabby any food that she wanted. There was also many healthy options, including a salad bar with protein. Despite all this, she blamed Joey multiple times for causing her eating disorder to come back. Number 4, during the photo shoot press day, long after the show wrapped shooting. So by the way, that story about the food, Joey and Daniel have confirmed as well. So it's not just being like, I have fucking dog hair. Oh, I got it. Wow, it's rare that you'll get it on the first attempt. It's great. So that story, the previous one about the food, was also confirmed and shown proof of by Daniel, and Joey also confirmed it. Number 4, during the photo shoot press day, long after this show finished shooting, Gabby called one of the female production assistants a dumb and walked off set without finishing the shoot. The reasoning? Because the crew member gave an updated shoot time that was 10 minutes different than was originally told. This story has also been confirmed by Daniel. We watched this yesterday. So here is an eyewitness saying that they also saw Gabby Hanna calling a production assistant a dumb C word because they updated her schedule. Whereas Gabby then went on to complain that she was done so bad when she was actually treating everyone on set like absolute dog shite. Final one. Number 5. I also have ADHD and I'm very familiar with the anxiety and stress that it can cause. However, that is simply not an excuse to treat people like that and behave in that manner. Now, we've now had Rosanna and Daniel say that they also have ADHD, and it's not an excuse, which is absolutely true. All right, the final part. I don't think Gabby realized that I could unfortunately hear many of the conversations she was having with Joey and production because my part of the trailer shared a paper-thin wall with Joey's. I did my best to avoid my private room for this reason, but from what I did hear, I can say I've never experienced someone talk like that. This is just a few of the falsehoods in her video, but I'll stop here because she doesn't like drama. She was the most difficult, mean, and selfish person I've ever experienced on set. Oftentimes, exposing videos are produced in a way to leave out key details. Please keep that in mind when viewing this type of content. We know that she views it. She was in my comment section a couple days ago. All right, I think this was a great statement from her, and also it got 81,000 likes, so the response to it was crazy. And also, at this time, Rosanna had really never been involved in any drama. This is way before the Mr. Beast stuff. So it was basically a very reliable voice. And I still do think that Rosanna is a very reliable source. And I do think she's a reliable voice. And I really value her opinion on things. I really do. Do not get that wrong. My issue with Rosanna is just I hate when people act higher than drama. Like, and then we'll be seen in a YouTube drama video comment section promoting their podcast, which they will be talking about drama. Which is ironic, her saying, like, exposed videos if she's going to talk about this in a podcast. I don't have a problem with it because I do it. All I'm saying is I just would rather people don't act higher than it. You know, anyway, I'm going to hold myself back there. I think that this was really important for Rosanna to do, and it was really great that she did this. She really backed Joey and Daniel up. This was before, I think, both of Joey and Daniel's videos, and she was really a good friend to do this. And again, it just showed Gabby Hanna up more than she already had. Now, in closing, because this is the entire Escape the Nightmare, that's what Gabby called the video, saga at a close, I have one question for you. I've asked this in every video, but I need you, now that we know everything, do you think that Gabby thought that this was going to get as big as what it did? And then, do you think that Gabby thought that people were going to respond to it, like Joey, Daniel, and Rosanna? That's my 2 questions for you. Please answer down below. I just would love to hear. All right, I will see you in my next one. Rosanna, we can't wait for the podcast. Okay, goodbye.